Alright. Enough delays. Let's hop in to that call right now. And oh my goodness, there's a lot of people in here.
Same thing. And I was like, wait, why is the book opposite? Like,
No.
I was 9, okay?
You still have a collection of my black and white.
Still uncultured.
I got I think the first 10 volumes in like a book copy.
I just realized I was on mute.
Hey, Gago.
Hey,
Go.
Talk about manga.
Talking about
the Pokemon manga. You know what? I've changed my mind. I will make content on the Pokemon manga. You guys can stay on the anime. I will be the one true Pokemon special.
I'm joining you. Once I read the manga, I'm gonna make a lot of manga content.
Call me when you get the black and white. Bros, we'll collab when you get the black and white manga, man. I love that manga.
Have you guys? Someone has dubbed that. Someone has dubbed manga. I don't know if you guys knew this, but someone dubbed the manga for black and white.
Really?
I gotta see that.
He has all the way up to where Hilda leaves on the train.
Oh, I gotta see that.
And he added sound effects. He added music. Like literally, it's like watching it as an anime. Just it's pages.
My favorite scene is an actual spoiler, so I can't say it. But all I'm gonna say is White Stone. I don't know if you're at that part yet. Black and the white. That's the best part.
Oh, I know who the person is. I'm already checking.
In that badass shot where all of them are
Can someone send me a link to the manga so I can read it?
I'll send it to you after this. I sent it to someone else in the chat. I'll send you one too.
All right.
After the PokeChat.
I already know who
Guys.
who the dub is. I'm gonna subscribe. Also, I love how Goggle put Rabu and Pikachu on the thumbnail of the video.
That's a game on the
Best episode. That's what I'm gonna say.
Guys,
Right now.
guys.
Goggle.
Actually, yeah.
Goggle Master.
They did this, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, best episode.
Whoa.
Alright, I'll say, skip Pokemon Journeys ends, and they don't have anything to do, make the map. Literally.
I don't know if they would do that. It's kind of like dark.
Wouldn't, but I think it'd be good. Yeah, that's
Honestly, I'm surprised that the new movie 20 was like the new Ash from the I Choose You timeline.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't do the adventures like in movie format.
Well, you see, the problem with them using the I Choose You Ash is that he actually ages.
You can't get it. You can't get the manga into a movie, especially considering that.
True.
The red and blue chapters, obviously that's their own thing, but eventually it crosses over with gold and silver in there, and they become an interconnected story. And then in the fire red and leaf green, I don't actually have you. Do you know the story of the fire red and leaf green chapter? Because I don't want to.
No idea.
I read everything until now. I'm currently reading the Sword and Shield.
What you do, I will give you a tip with the manga, okay? What you do, if you want to have the story experience, right, you can read Diamond and Pearl, you can read Diamond and Pearl, the Diamond and Pearl one, you can read the Carlos one and the Sun and Moon one. They're their own stories with the game protagonists. The Pokemon Black manga and the Black 2 manga, those are sort of connected.
Yeah, obviously, because they're both.
Obviously. But the red and blue,
Hard
blue,
Gold and Soul Silver and Auras are also connected to the original.
The red and blue manga, then the yellow chapter, and that's the end of that.
I'm just gonna read it in order.
They come back to Johto.
Yeah, the first big chunk. It's from RGB to Emerald. It's 330 chapters. Anime wise, it would be 200 episodes. So like 4 years of anime.
I'll have you know that I binged the entirety of Black Clover and I read all of My Hero Academia in like a week, so I'll be fine.
Well, actually, no, because most anime episodes have multiple manga arcs are completed within less. Like, there tends to be less episodes than chapters because, obviously, with manga adaptations, there's going to be a lot of cut content.
Yeah. My only problem is that they interpret the manga into the anime. They're going to censor so much stuff, it's not even going to be good.
Mm-hmm. Creative liberties and all that.
Arbok in the Volume 1.
Especially in the dub. Like, oh god.
The Arbok is the most common, but there's a lot.
Yeah.
He got cut in half.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll show.
Certain characters die. Oh, what?
Hey, no spoilers. I'm ready, please. No.
No one dies for what? There's no proper deaths.
Although they have continuity, and they have continuity and the characters age, so it's
no way.
Only for the first.
That's not
Kanto,
Pokemon.
Johto, and Owen are connected.
Wait, if they age, and that's not
I'm just
Pokemon.
letting them chit chat with the manga.
Golden 16.
We started the review. I just got that.
No, we haven't started it yet.
we're still.
I'm letting these fine folks finish their conversation about the manga.
Right. So yeah,
the
goggle.
I'm gonna save this for my
goggle.
YouTube video.
You know, let's just move on to the review. We're sorry for
Yeah,
too long.
Yeah, let's do it.
No worries. It's all
I was about to say.
We ramble a lot, mainly because Trey doesn't take his sweet ass time.
I see you using the goggle reboot and Pikachu.
Listen. Clearly, these creators. I take back what I said about Journeys. This is the best anime series ever. Round of applause. Round of applause.
Yeah.
No, that title goes to Best Wishes. I'm kidding.
But
Every series has its ups and downs. Even Galar Islands.
hey, go to good
Gacha
episode.
Island
Go as a good
such a
episode.
masterpiece.
But regardless,
Yeah.
I believe it is now time for us to go ahead and begin the PokeChat Live. So with that said,
Alright, let's do it.
hello,
Let's
everyone.
go!
My name is
Yay.
Manga Master, and you can tell we have a huge cast for us this week for the PokeChat Live, and I'm going to start things one by one. So with that said, let's say hello to Alola Izzy,
Oh yeah.
Core Blitz,
Hello!
Pokemon Trainer Brian,
Oh, guy.
Red Rose,
Hello.
and a newcomer. Well, he's been here for a while, but this is the first time he's joining us. Xenoleaf. I always said the name right.
Hello. It's Zonolith, but it's fine.
Alright. And I think that's a pretty much it. Okay, so let's get started.
Oh, really?
I'm kidding. We got Trainer 1. Say hi to the folks.
He saved the best for last. Just kidding.
Hey, what's up?
Just silent.
So, yeah, folks.
So what's up?
Yeah, folks, we have 2 things we need to do this week. 2 reviews, because this is going to be a double review feature. First off, obviously, the episode recently, and also the movie we saw last week, being of Heroes. So, I think without further delays, let's get started with the episode of the century, mind you.
Oh boy.
I'm just not sure
Yeah,
about that.
yes, this episode, and god dang it, Sonya, I forgot to put this thing over. Wait, I don't even this last time.
Oh yeah, could you forget Sonya?
I don't know how I forgot about Sonya. It's because Sonya's so forgettable, that's why.
Oh.
Sad.
She's not forgettable, but she's less marketable than Sobble. Oh,
No,
I mean,
more
There we
back.
go.
If Pokemon play their cards right, Sonya could be the more marketable. I mean, it's
Oh, they're gonna
Hey,
do
it's
that.
been- Sonya's the new main character for Poker. The new
Oh,
master.
No, they just gotta
Right.
make an outro. They gotta make an outro all based around her, like every anime
Yeah.
does with their girls,
yeah.
and then she'll be like super marketable.
Also, the picture's blocking Sonya goggles.
I see.
No, Sonya's
Listen,
better.
listen,
so
man, I only had like 30
from
minutes.
that.
I got home and there was 30 minutes left to get everything ready before this stream. That's why it took me a little bit longer than usual. So I didn't
Alright,
have time
so-
to check. So let's get started. This episode. Alright, brief synopsis. Sabo gets captured. The end.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, no, you missed the
Hey.
part about Team Rocket.
Basically.
In the most anticlimactic way, may I add.
And most convenient, mind you.
Most of
Oh, yeah.
Most convenient.
I gotta say,
Most
the biggest pro about today's episode is that Curry appeared. Just saying.
Oh, God, the banana curry!
Banana Curry.
Yeah.
The banana curry!
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
What eat banana curry?
okay, so before we start the discussion, I just have something to ask. Is anyone here, I'm not gonna say mad, but more surprised or disappointed that Sobble went to Go and not Ash?
Happy.
No, actually,
Happy.
I'm happy.
Alright.
I'm actually very happy.
Okay, I'll say this.
I am very happy
think-
about Sobble not going to Ash.
Okay, I'll say this. At first, I was upset because the Pokemon is literally there for you, Ash. It's literally a it's almost the type of Pokemon that's like Ash, like the one that is the Torkoal basically, or like the Chimchar, was like a prove it or wrong type deal. So at first, yeah, I was a bit upset about it. However, after having some time to think about it, and after watching some reviews of here and there, I can fully accept that Go has Sobble.
Yeah, I'm actually fully down for Go getting all 3. Actually,
Yeah, because Riolu is the starter. If Ash gets one starter, they will outshine Riolu, and Riolu will not get all the development he deserves.
there's
And I
no
know,
reason why.
I know that,
Gengar,
and I know that people are already saying, "Oh, but he has Farfetch," and he had all Lucha, Talonflame, and Noivern. I mean, we saw how Noivern was, but
And Gudra and Noiva.
Hey, Don't diss on
But
Northern.
loads of people saying problem like I'm alright with it, but loads of people saying that Ash had Ash Greninja and that they didn't like how they just focused on Ash Greninja, and if they do that for like Riolu, which I'm fine with, I would love to see like Lucario like form like just based everything like more based on Lucario, but like most people will say like, oh, I want to see
That's why I love
Like,
Sun and Moon
development.
so much. Because
yeah.
in Sun and Moon, well,
Farfetch will have his time to shine. I know why, but continue on.
Yeah, I was gonna say because in Sun and Moon, although a
Everything
certain
could
two
become another
Pokemon,
Noiva.
didn't get as much development, but Lycanroc, Rowlet, Incineroar, and Pikachu all got equally amount of screen time in arcs that all concluded in a really satisfying way. Whereas I think in Journeys, if we give all the starters to Go, that just gives a better chance for Ash to catch a Pokemon. We were like, oh shoot, that would never happen before in like Sega previous series.
Yeah, I think it's really likely that Go's going to get all the starters, especially with the new version like showing off Ash's team, Dragonite, Mr. Mom, Gengar, Lucario, Surfetch, and then there's a question box.
It's going to be
He's
a lot
in that
else.
picture.
Yeah.
Maybe
Grookey's
more.
in that picture.
Maybe
Grookey's
more
not.
than maybe
He's
more
not.
than one question box
I'm
because
telling you guys,
he
he's
might
going to
do
go get
rotation.
Latios. He's
Hang
going to
on.
go get
Grookey's
Latios,
in that-
and that's going to be his final
He's in that
Pokemon.
picture, but he's not part of that Ash's team down there. He's up top with the other starters and Go, like some Score Bunny, Sobble, Grookey, Emperor, all of them.
I really Go's gonna just get all three of the stars. Like he's already got two, so he's gonna get Grookey and then evolve them to their like full forms, even if they're not battle ready. But to complete the depth, it would make so much sense.
I disagree on that on part because we all have those characters who have the fully evolved starters as their characteristic. For example, I can see Go being a character like, you know, the Pokemon trainer from Super Smash has a Pokemon from each stage of the line. I can see Go having Cinderace, Thwackey, and Sobble, like Charizard, Ivysaur, and Squirtle. However, I can see Leon having Rillaboom and Hop having the Inteleon.
I could see Sobble evolving into Drizzle.
I think what's going to happen is I think it's going to be Cinderace, Drizzile, and then Grookey. And then Grookey's going to be like the Oshawott or the Chestnut of the series.
It would be funny if that was the case because Reboot would stop his puberty and then Sobble would start his and Reboot would be like, has a Cinderace. Oh my goodness, I was like this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Then Joe would just be like, not again.
Is that Sobble, as I said earlier, is just going to be Cubone too. Because we all thought Cubone was going to be important. Since Go didn't just catch it.
Oh, yeah.
That's my biggest fear.
Man.
I mean, I'm still waiting for Go Marowak, but even that.
Go Marowak.
Sobble turns out, I feel like Sobble's in better hands though.
I agree.
Because don't forget, this is the picture of Sobble.
Sorry.
And there's a picture of Sobble on Go's shoulder. Like, it shows.
Riolu
He just so happens to bring it. It just so happens to evolve. I already know what's going to happen now.
I know for a fact that Grookey will get caught even in this year of 2020. If it's for Go, the better. But if it's for Koharu or Chloe, wherever, I'm not gonna be mad. But it would make more sense if Go had the 3 starters.
Yeah.
Because they would have an in-team dynamic, so to speak.
Making the video actually just impact on Go, which is going to go into deep detail, not just Go, but Koharu as well. Like, I feel like the reason that they're doing all this learning from Ash is because Go will take it and start teaching Koharu stuff. I mean, if Koharu gets Grookey, then I'll be the first signs of, okay, I learned this stuff from Ash. Now it's time to teach this to you. I think.
Yeah, I'm just hoping.
I get why Koharu's not here yet. I think I'm starting to get it. They want to
because
just
she
focus
obviously
on.
can't teach school.
So, what you're saying is that Ash is influencing Go for later on Go to influence her?
Yeah, because
Is that
a
it?
lot of people are saying, like, I'm saying,
It's like a chain of events then. Okay.
Like a domino effect, essentially.
people are saying, like,
At this rate,
you know,
yeah,
those
it makes
relying too much on Ash. It's like, that is true. That is true. But how can they show, what would be a good way to show those learn from Ash? I thought about Koharu. So, easily start teaching Koharu
Yeah.
something. See,
I've actually come to the conclusion that maybe
makes more
Koharu
sense.
will have a separate arc. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
like
Her
I
with
feel-
Sonia.
no.
oh, I love that.
No.
Yes.
I
yes.
I feel like Koharu's
Hey,
gonna
I
end up
think
getting.
go unavailable right now. Can you do this for me? And don't worry, you'll have help from another researcher or something like that.
Wait, hello?
Hello?
You just got so quiet.
I was like, wait,
Yeah. Everyone's
Easy
like,
left.
My laptop.
No, because I'm saying this because Sonia in her character arc, she or more like backstory, she also adds characteristics to Koharu because she faced Opal, and in Opal's notes there's something like, oh yeah, she did the challenge but she quit.
She gives it to
I expected no less from the professor's granddaughter. I'm like, oh no, it's the Magnolia effect, but the cerise as well.
Okay,
I think
I think.
what I personally
I gotta say
just
this-
from that one
Hey,
episode we
you know,
got, yeah,
The Emperor girls.
Join us.
They are the Emperor girls.
Wait, who?
the Emperor Girls, of like a Magic Girl spin-off episode.
Oh gosh, yeah.
What is it, Sailor Moon?
The Low and Fresh trio, but in Galar.
Goggles, does media not have the PokeChat role?
Wait, what?
Media not have the PokeChat role?
He should have the role.
I don't see him. Hang on, I'll type that out. Let's move.
Yeah, it's
But I was
Continue.
gonna say though, going back to what I was saying about Koharu, just from that one episode we got, I actually think her goal is going to be something more modern. Like, I don't know, just some kind of career like that you'd
Yeah.
expect from a normal person.
that's what Izzy was saying. Izzy did like this
Analogy, but like Gohan
video.
from
We did
Dragon
this.
Ball Z.
Yeah, I watched it.
Red Rose, please, let's not have that.
I can see like her goal being a Pokemon photographer because of new Pokemon Snap. For example, she taking photos for the school's newspaper and has her mom to edit something with the artist and all of that.
Oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Honestly,
the art.
I could see her just not doing anything besides, but nothing but Pokemon in the name. Like, just, I don't know, program.
She can be like
Engineer.
Alexa from X and Y.
Essentially, yeah, because Alexa is a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her as a journalist or a traveller, like somebody who would just travel around the world, not even linked to Pokemon, just enjoying just travelling in life, really.
Well, yeah,
Instead
because
of
there's,
Pokemon all the
yeah,
time.
that makes a lot of sense because the three aspects of Pokemon are traveling, catching, and battling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
Oh
a
wow,
question.
I never actually thought of that.
Oh, that's so true.
That's
Oh, like May at the
Traveling.
start of
Yeah, the three
like
pillars.
May at the start of Poem, she just wanted to like see the world or something. But like, yeah,
It's true. Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
sort of
but we cannot forget that May being a coordinator was a personal choice, while Dawn was more of a legacy that she had to be.
I don't see
no,
them.
no, I mean before
see them
her,
doing
no, before her coordinating. I mean, like May at the start, she didn't want to be a coordinator until she saw it. She
Just
wanted
wanted
to
to travel.
just see the world.
Koharu just
See-
ends up being a Rhyhorn racer.
I see them showing off Pokemon contests in the series, but not through Koharu.
I think.
You know how-
Yeah.
They're showing
I
off
definitely
every
get-
in
I would
Pokemon
love-
in this series.
I would love
Niggas.
to see Go do a contest. I think that'd be hilarious.
the contest
I think that'd be
judges Serena.
I
I'm
think-
just kidding.
Shut up.
I think it'd be kind of cool to see, like in Sinnoh, Ash competed in one of them just for fun. Like literally, I think it'll be cool to see
No,
Ash
no,
and
no.
Go
You
compete
know
in
what
one.
they could do? You know what they
And
could do?
Zoe's gonna kick his ass.
Remember the Battle Festival? Remember this Battle Festival that they had in Kalos because of the World Championships? Imagine if
Yeah.
they do something similar in the fight area of that place from the Battle Frontier, and Ash battles the Frontier Brains from Sinnoh for the PWC.
Yeah, I
Ash
can
versus
see.
Palmer rematch?
Anything-
Ash
anything
versus
fun
Palmer
to fight
rematch?
the Sinnoh Frontiers, I'll be fine with.
Guys, Ash versus
I can see
Palmer
them appearing,
rematch
definitely.
with Torterra.
For Terra
No,
versus
no.
Hyperia.
Or
No.
Tower Redemption arc. This is what I've been saying.
No.
Wait, how did
Whole
this?
time.
I got a question. How did-
Yeah.
I got a question. How did this go from a
I'm
Summer
told
discussion to an
to.
Ash discussion all of a sudden?
I'm gonna say.
Bruce has been saying it.
It's bad. We're talking about Gold's episode, but we're talking about Ash.
Well,
This is
the
exactly the
problem.
problem.
That's a problem with
Oh,
Gold in general.
That's
Okay.
the thing.
The show doesn't know when to leave Go and Ash alone to each other. So anytime Go tries to do something, it always gets backfired because Ash appears.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's still learning from Ash. So
It's a domino
Like,
effect.
issue
Like,
comes the
who
fact
was-
though, it's
who
still
said
like,
that?
I'm sorry, like I get what they're going with the whole mentor teacher.
Okay.
Again, but it doesn't work well.
I'm not watching the screen.
the series is still early too. The series is still early.
Okay, I'm watching the screen right now. I'm seeing Silly Cobra, and I just want to say that Jessie should have that Pokemon because it's a snake. And no one in the game, and no one in the games has a GMX Sandaconda. Imagine Jessie having a snake Pokemon that is immune to Pikachu. Perfect.
No.
Yeah.
I definitely think they will
I know
get.
that this is Go and Sobble's episode, but just to clear things out, I know that people are saying that Morpeko will be Team Rockets. No, Morpeko will be Ghost. No, because here's the thing. I see there's three possibilities. Morpeko is wild and will be Marnie's. Morpeko is wild and will be Ghost because every of Ash's companions has an electric type. Or Morpeko will be Team Rockets. Here's how I think things will be. It could be Team Rockets because Mimikyu was Team Rockets, but Acerola also had her Mimikyu, so that won't invalidate Marnie from having her own Morpeko. But if Go has Morpeko, it makes more sense because it's a Pika clone, and the whole Aura Wheel could help Riolu in a way because if Riolu has justified
the bracket lottery.
Because if Riolu has justified, the Dark Aura Wheel will. No, if Riolu has Prankster, the Dark Aura Wheel will help with Lucario with Justified. But here's the thing. I can see Riolu having his Morpeko. Maybe Marnie's will be a shiny. Who knows?
That'd be sick.
I can see Jesse and James. But for Jesse and James, besides the Silly Cobra, I hope that's the case, I can see Jesse and James having each version of Toxtricity.
I want Ash to have Toxtricity.
Listen, go back. I'm not dissing you.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing you.
Yeah.
I'm not
It would be
dissing
actually
you.
first.
You're entitled to what you believe might go down, but I highly doubt they're gonna get. Oh, wait, I should probably shut up before that actually does come true.
No contradiction.
I have to say though, going back to like this episode in general, I gotta say the biggest downside was that it ended up being just a normal episode where, oh look, Ash and Go are in a new area. Oh look, they found a new Pokemon. Team Rocket captures that new Pokemon. They confront Team Rocket.
Yeah.
It gives the vibe of like how
It's very formulaic.
it's how like Pokemon is always formula was like Ash and friends meet a new Pokemon. The Pokemon like against the fight with the set Pokemon, they run off. They want to get the Pokemon. Team Rocket get that Pokemon. Team Rocket's beating up Ash and friends. The Pokemon does something in this situation, and Ash whole friends catches that Pokemon set of the day.
Exactly.
They did do a plot twist where Go caught it first.
I have
though.
nothing
That's
against
the
that.
one.
Yeah,
I have
I
nothing
was
against that. I'm just saying,
surprised
like,
about that.
if we're going with logic, this is like the most blandest way to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, but then again, though, if you think about it, like we haven't had many. Oh look, Team Rocket's here episodes
Yeah,
this
that's
season.
true.
Like
But,
the
like,
Team Rocket episodes we've gotten
Team
are
Rocket
solely
put in
based
all
on Team Rocket.
I feel like the issue is that this was underwhelming for a Galar episode. You know, they would think
Yeah.
Galar, that they would
Yeah.
do big things with Galar.
After this, I'm pretty sure we're going back to Kanto.
Yeah,
Literally.
I'm going back to Kanto.
And
then
the
after
next
that,
and the next time they visit Galar, it's going to be Winden City again.
No, I feel like next time the next time we're gonna visit Galar is Ash gonna be hearing, oh look, Leon's mentor has a dojo, and they're gonna go to the Isle of Armor.
I don't feel like it's going to happen yet. I feel like it's too soon for that.
Listen,
But-
listen, you
Things
listen.
too soon.
Rabood was too
Needs to-
soon. Rabood was too soon.
Ash needs to lose somebody that's not Leon first before he thinks about going to train.
Paul, please make it be Paul.
No, I don't.
I can see battling one of the first three Galar gym leaders, Milo, Nessa, or Cabo. I would prefer Cabo because Moto Stoke and all of that. I think that in the anime, the hero statue is in every city of Galar because it's folklore.
I feel like it
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
Also
I personally
going-
feel like what's gonna happen is they're gonna go to I don't know, just any one of the Galar cities.
I want I want for Ash to battle B. Farfetch does 3 criticals on Farfetch and then evolves like Torracat versus Incineroar.
And then still loses.
Yeah, I just really want to see like Go battle one of the Galar gym leaders. I don't know. I just feel like Go battling one of the starting Galar gym leaders would be a good way to like his battling skills.
I don't know. But
they already
would he use? Probably like his Cypher, Sobble,
I
Reboot.
feel like Soble's going to be.
He could use
like
Messon.
one of. I'm about to say, I feel like Soble's going to be one of Ghost battlers.
Yeah, Messon
Like-
could be one.
I mean, that's what
Picking-
we thought about Cubo, but look at it.
Yeah, but
It's
this is
ve-
a
Yeah, that's
starter
true.
though.
And that's
They're
the
making
thing
solid-
too. We did an episode like that before with Cubo.
No, but I'm glad that they gave Sobble to Go because when the year started there was that Pokemon of the Year awards, right? And Greninja was the number one. I can see, for example,
Cool guy.
listen. I can see Greninja returning, but not forever. However,
Thank you.
I can see Greninja returning, maybe mentoring Sobble like Ash is mentoring Go to be a more stealthy and agile Pokemon. But I can personally believe that they gave Sobble to Go for this purpose, not the only purpose, but also for this purpose as well. And if Go gets Grookey, I can see if Sinnoh gets remake, Torterra and Infernape return to mentor Grookey, like Ash is also mentoring Go, because this series is more of Ash mentoring Go by showing him how things are done.
Yeah.
Also-
I think what's
The
gonna
problem
happen
with the
is
Torterra though is that we require Torterra to actually be good.
Yeah.
Also,
No one's gonna
Go
be
need-
mentored by a
Go
loser.
Go needs to use the Let's Go berries and also Great and Ultra
Yes,
Balls.
I agree.
Or
I
like
think-
weaken a Pokemon.
Just catches getting too easy for him. Now.
Yeah.
If they want to keep him,
Monster. Go.
they want him to show off Pokemon Go. Then they need to use the stuff from it too. Like
You need to use
hide
the berries and
I would
Great
go
and
to
Ultra Balls.
battle some of these Pokemon that will give him a hard time. That's literally what you do in the main games.
Yeah, and you do that in Let's Go too, like with Snorlaxes and Legendaries.
Those are very situational.
That's what Go is too. Like he says, I only battle when I need to.
Oh my god! So
Yeah.
what, you need to be in a life and death situation. Go. Do we need to hold a gun up your head and say you need to battle now? What's going to happen?
Yeah. I definitely feel like the development is good. I feel like people are judging Go too soon because let me
Hey.
remind you that we're only in episode like
The
20
hiatus
days.
too. It's the hiatus.
And the
that's doing-
hiatus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the hiatus.
Actually a new trainer.
Like Serena didn't get development until like episode 40. So
So she
The
will
thing
handle
with
the
Serena
best
that she
of
did
it.
And now
really
all we
things
have
and-
that
to
went
do
along
right
with
here
it,
is
though.
Serena
And
Max.
Max was around for 4 years and he had no development.
Yeah, but Max is Max.
He likes Max.
I don't mind Max. He was really annoying at the start, to be honest.
Bonnie was
So
just
what was his
better.
point?
He
What
Bonnie
was
threw
was
that?
a fit. He threw a fit because
Yeah.
his father
Hey.
lost a battle.
But yeah. But going back to like what I was saying before, like people are always like, "Oh, Go sucks. He's so." May I remind you that Serena is exactly in this position, and now
Yeah.
a lot of people is Serena come back, Serena come back. So I'm like,
Yeah.
they could
But
totally pull a 180.
Xana, you speak the language of the god.
I don't know about that.
I think I see Go's like slowly making improvements because you can see like if you compare him from now to episode 1, like it's been a short amount of time, but it feels longer for us. But you can actually see Go's actually improving as a trainer. Like Ash is actually having an impact.
He's
Like,
actually
yeah.
not,
I think
he's not
he's
doing the
cold.
obligatory cat
I'm trying to
thing.
get,
I haven't
trying to
seen
get
him do
that-
that.
I'm trying to get that video out tomorrow for you guys because I already recorded it. I just need to do some editing. Like, I go and try and go
Yeah.
into detail.
You're lazy.
Goes.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And-
That's just the thing. You're just
You can
lazy.
do it.
Please,
I'm also-
everyone, go vote for the what title y'all think is better. It's on Twitter.
I'm sorry, I don't have Twitter.
Die.
Ah,
I don't have
okay.
Twitter either.
Dang.
Voted for the middle one, which is how Ash impacted on Go.
All right.
E media.
Oh, really?
Hey,
It's
Oh,
really
bro.
oh my god, Ivy Moon.
Hey, yeah.
The-
But yeah, I definitely think that there's a lot of development in for everyone's journeys. We just got to give it time because I feel like people shouldn't rush to conclusions. Like
it's shaping up to be one of the best series because they're already breaking so many tropes.
Yeah.
And stuff.
yeah,
What I want them to do is
To be
use
honest.
Team Rocket differently because Team Rocket, right? They're either really funny or really boring, but it depends how you use them. If you use them in the typical, like the way they use them in the Tom Hall episode, they weren't as funny as they would be. Like they weren't as
Loki.
entertaining.
what I like about
The
Team
smoking
Rocket is
episode
that
was
they're
bad.
getting their. What I really like about Team Rocket and Journeys is that they're
Literally
getting their
just
own
there
entries. They're getting their own episodes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. The
Literally
minute
just
they
there
start
to
doing
use,
it,
like,
they're more
screen-
interesting.
Yeah.
Like how
At first, I was kind of scared for them at first. I
all
remember when they-
right.
Hey, there you go. What's up, bro?
What's up, guys?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My bad. Am I interrupting something?
no, it's only about right.
All right. So then, what were you guys talking about? Let's keep the conversation going. I'll introduce myself a little later.
We're talking about episode 28 about Go and Sable and stuff.
Yeah.
like that.
I feel like a lot of people share very same opinions about that episode, where it's like it was many parts were funny, but the pacing wasn't really well, especially with the fact that they caught Sable so early. But I feel like you guys probably already said that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's all good.
It's different at least.
Do
It's
you
different.
think that Ash should have caught Sable? Or are you okay with Go catching Sable?
So on my channel, so this episode was actually really funny for me because on my channel I made predictions a little while back of how the way that this show is going. I personally felt like Ash shouldn't capture any of the starters this time around, especially with
I
the
agree.
fact Thank
you.
the one
Yeah.
defining but here's the thing, the one defining point that made that argument for me was the fact that Ash had Riolu. Now,
Exactly.
as
Yeah.
and along with not only Riolu, but the fact that what exactly is Ash's goal this time around? Ash isn't trying to win a league this time. He's not trying to battle gyms and all that. No, he's trying to
Come on,
win the Pokemon World Championship. He's trying to become the strongest trainer in the world. Because of that, story-wise, it doesn't make a lot of sense for Ash to capture so many first form Pokemon, with Riolu being the one exception. But the situation is Riolu, with Riolu being the exception aside from Farfetch, Riolu is obviously Ash's ace. That's what everyone is saying. That's what everyone's agreeing on, and that's what the show seems Yeah, to be focusing on.
Riolu will get the starter treatment, even though it's not a starter per se.
Basically, yeah.
Speaking of the starter treatment, I find it really funny how Pikachu's finally reacting to Ash Greninja like 6 years later.
Yeah, that's
that's interesting in itself. But no, yeah. So when it comes to that, whether or not Ash, because now 2 out of 3 of the Galar Pokemon have been caught. In my video, I discussed how the 2 people who should catch any of the starters this time around should be either Go or Koharu. Mainly just because Ash's goal is very clear and very set. Meanwhile, the other 2 characters who are the new characters, we need to find ways to make their characters interesting. It's the whole concept of storytelling within a show. And right now, we all know who Ash is. We know what his purpose is. We all know what his drive is. And now, he's the interesting character because he's the main character. We need to make the other characters, especially since they want to call Go a protagonist character alongside Ash. They need to find ways to make him interesting, and trying to catch every single Pokemon in the world is not interesting enough. So the best thing to do is to have them capture important Pokemon as well that will connect them. Now, the way that they treated Sobble this time around, I'll be honest, it did not make Sobble feel like a starter. It just made it feel like another Pokemon that Go caught. Weirdly enough, I feel like the 2 Pokemon that Go seems most connected to as of right now are obviously Reboot and, funny enough, Cubone.
I was gonna say the Lord, but okay.
Nah, Cubone. The reason why, because we had an entire episode focused on Go taking care of Cubone.
the issue, though.
And also a little bit far.
It hasn't appeared since that episode.
Be around.
But where I'm going with this is the fact that Sobble, being a starter Pokemon, in the episode where it's introduced, doesn't feel like a very important Pokemon. What I'm hoping what that means is that other episodes in the future will focus more on it because it is a starter Pokemon, but there is the situation of Go not really focusing on taking care of specific Pokemon, but like you see episodes where he's taking care of all of his Pokemon, which is great, but it also takes away the whole aspect of his relationship with certain Pokemon aside from Reboot.
Yeah. So wait, if you're saying that
quality over quantity.
Exactly. We need to find there needs to be a way to showcase that, hey, Go caught another starter Pokemon. We need to find a way to make this starter Pokemon interesting with Go, who already has a bit of a problem when it comes to, being an interesting trainer with interesting Pokemon.
Right.
That's why, in my opinion, if anyone was to capture Grookey, it should be Koharu. The reason why, and I know that a lot of people are saying that maybe Ash should catch Grookey because their characteristics are very similar. But the thing is, Grookey would be a very good Pokemon for Koharu to have because Grookey is such a fun-loving, outgoing Pokemon, which is very energetic. It's energetic, which will bring out Koharu's more energetic side. That's the thing that I said in my video.
I definitely think
I feel
like Koharu is going to have those interesting arcs in the series today.
It's interesting. Right now, she hasn't had a lot of focus, so there has to be some kind of focus.
They wouldn't have introduced the character.
Koharu will do Pokemon musicals in Unova. Just gonna do like the.
Oh my goodness.
Like she's just gonna orchestrate.
That's got Koharu Fortnite dances. I'm never watching the anime again.
I
if she's not doing like Hyper like the floss, I will actually make a video.
Just the default hands on stage with like.
There's actually Pokemon activity that they did this Pokemon activity since Art Gold Soul Silver. We only saw in one episode it's Pokeathlons. I could see like a Pokemon athlete being one career, but if Let's Go Johto was a thing, I don't want for that to be a thing.
Well, actually, if you guys want to hear something very interesting, and this is something that you guys actually gave me an idea for, maybe I'll make a video of this on my channel later on, but one thought that you guys put into my head that I realized is one of the main differences with this show is the fact that Ash and Go are traveling the world of Pokemon. It's not just one region now, it's multiple regions. And when they visit those regions, they either see Pokemon that are from those regions or they see events that are from those regions, right? Yeah. So, in my opinion, let's say either Go or Koharu. I'm putting a little bit more towards Koharu just because that's the trope. But I wouldn't be surprised if Go, because his main thing is catching Pokemon, but he's also kind of like going on adventures, going on things with Ash. Obviously, Ash's thing is battling. That's the obvious thing. I'm not saying I'm not saying they're going to find, this is going to be their goal in life. No. The fact of here's the easiest way to explain. Imagine yourself wanting to travel the world, right? And now what do you do when you travel the world? You try things when you visit a certain region or certain country. You try different things. Like, if you go to Japan, obviously you want to try the ramen, and you want to go to the cities, and you want to try these things that they would do. If you go to Italy,
sightseeing in window shop.
Basically. But it's like, what I'm saying is, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to certain regions. And you mentioned, let's say they go to Kalos, they do the Pokemon musical thingies, or they go to Hoenn or Sinnoh, and they get a chance to go. They get a chance to try out Pokemon contests.
The thing is, Pokemon contests are going to come back.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I also feel like they could come back, but not in the way that people think. I don't think they're going to be hey, we're going to have a character whose dream is to be no.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be like one episode.
We're not gonna have like an entire character focus to be like, I want to compete in the Grand Fest.
Because if we get Diamond and Pearl remakes, they're gonna have to put those remakes. If they put Kantos in those remakes,
There is a mini arc that I want to see. It's in Kilo City in South Kalos because I want to see Ash battle the Battle Chatelaines, having Go visit the Friend Safari, and Koharu battling Serena and her Mega Absol and also the Pangoro.
That would be that would be interesting, but I feel like that's a bit of a stretch. Like, it depends. It depends. Right now, the way that the show is...
Imagine Go in a Safari Zone. It's like, oh my goodness.
Oh, no. I could totally see. I could totally see Go. I could totally see Go going to a Safari Zone. I feel like there's definitely going to be an episode focused on that, just because. Remember what Go's dream is. Of course, the Safari Zone was going to be perfect for him. I feel like that's inevitable.
He's going to be banned from the Safari Zone.
I just feel like I just feel like depending on the episodes and depending on the region where it takes place, could also depend on what it is they do and the characters they interact with, whether they're returning characters or not. So if they were to go to Sinnoh or Hoenn, and most likely I do agree that because it's the Sinnoh remakes that everyone's waiting for, it does make sense for Sinnoh. But since Pokemon Contest originated from Hoenn, like maybe it makes a bit more sense.
There is one character. There is one character I would love to see if they made another Wallace Cup this time in Sutopolis City. I want to see Lysia and her Mega Altari.
That would be funny. That would be
Also, maybe Xenia, because Eternatus is a dragon type, so...
Nah. No, that's stretching it. That's stretching it. I don't think that's
a cool idea.
If two regions would collaborate or, come together, it would probably be Hoenn and Carlos, considering they have sort of a synergy.
I feel like if there was going to be some kind of if speaking realistically, if there were to be some kind of collaborative contest-like event, it probably would be actually Hoenn and Sinnoh, mainly just because those two have contests. So it makes sense for there to be some kind of. It would make sense if there was some sort of collaboration that it would be a contest collaboration between regions where we see Pokemon and trainers from both regions doing it. I don't know how that works because it makes more sense to host a contest in one region. I doubt. I don't think Hoenn and Sinnoh are next to each other, so I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I mean, with that in mind, if contests were to come back or any of those events, where I'm going with this, I'm not talking about characters coming back. I'm not talking about any of that. It would be cool. But what I'm saying specifically is for character development, it would make sense for Go/Koharu, like specifically those two characters or one of them, to enter said contest. That would be fun and also just a little bit of character development to understand the world of Pokemon a bit better. Just because for both of their characters, it would make a lot of sense. Now, if we're talking about returning characters, I mean, there's the obvious ones, like we could see like returning companions like May and Dawn, because of Sinnoh remakes, as you guys mentioned, most likely Dawn will make a lot of sense.
And I do feel like Dawn will probably be the first.
But I don't know. It's an interesting thing because there's so many things in the timeline that we don't know what's going on because the last time we saw certain characters, they had a goal set in a specific region. So like, if we base it off of that, we know where some of these characters supposedly are, but at the same time, we don't know. But at the same time, we don't know because time has passed. We don't know if they're still doing those journeys. If they're doing something else.
When Ash and Gil went to the Battle Frontier Island, they were saying, "Oh, Serena went to Owen." That was when Ash was in Alola. She's not there anymore. Perhaps.
Well, not only that. Not only
it's
that,
but
let's also...
regions are big.
No, I get that, but let's not only that, but let's say also once again thinking of like let's think of it in a real world topic where it's like let's say I'm trying to think. Let's say Pokemon trainer Brian. Let's say he is over in Japan because I see him in the chat. And I think I see him in the chat. Brian. So hey, what's up, Brian? But it's let's say Pokemon trainer Brian is over in Japan, right? And I take a trip to Japan, right? Just because we're both in Japan doesn't automatically mean that we're going to run into each other.
Exactly.
It's a big place.
The only
So it's
region,
totally possible.
the only
Like-
region I could possibly see like two companions like meeting each other is Alola, just because of how
Small.
No, yeah,
connected
exactly.
the islands are.
Alola's the only region where it makes no sense for Ash not to run into someone because of the fact that everyone knows who he is. He's the Alolan champion. Like,
the Alola people will be
he should be the most famous person there.
He's also the first Alolan champion, which I don't know why. Something that doesn't make any sense is Ash should be all over the world. He should be on every news network because he's not.
No, I can only imagine, for example, in the PWC, he's the kid who defeated the Guardian deity.
No, yeah, I mean, it's I know that Pokemon has always had a weird thing about continuity, but it's like,
But
when
like
it
that
comes
doesn't
to
make any sense.
yes, exactly. That, I've let it slide so many times, all these times where it's like, okay, like Ash has done so many Pokemon leagues and has saved the world countless of times. It's crazy that this kid isn't freaking famous, but I'm like, okay, I'll let it slide. Then he becomes the Alolan champion.
No,
and I'm
the first Alolan champion.
Wait. Let me finish real quick. Where it's then he becomes the Alolan champion, and you're telling me, wait. You see Cynthia, you see Alder, you see Lance, you even see Leon this season, and everyone knows who these guys are. And you're telling me that Ash walks up to Leon, and Leon's like, "I'm sorry, who are you?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Unrefined trainer.
exactly.
Do you know who this kid is?
He's a little kid.
You know
Like,
what I could see happen in the you know what I could see happen in the future? Rose trying to sponsor Ash, and Ash it's reluctant on accepting. And you know who could be Ash's sponsor in the PWC? Scott.
If he has one. If he has one.
Scott, are you gonna take up my offer now, Ash?
No, that's what the idea of if sponsors are even a thing. Maybe they are.
Because
I
then
don't
again,
think
no, we're
so,
not
just
doing the
because-
Galar Gym Challenge. We're doing the PWC. So
Yeah.
With that in mind, it could be. With that in mind, okay. So here's the way that I could see things going. And for real quick before I start, guys, I'm so sorry if I'm like talking way too much, but there are thoughts and ideas that I've been having for a while that I can share with
I
you.
just want to say one thing.
Okay, go ahead.
One thing. Your idea about like them trying new things across the world is very interesting, and also maybe come up with a genius idea for a Unova episode. This would be a filler episode. But imagine Ash and Go doing American football because they have the football stadium in Nimbasa City.
Oh,
God,
like the Magic Card Slowking episode, being it harder.
Let another Pokemon get taken.
You're telling me we're gonna have another Pokemon baseball episode? Like,
I would love that. I mean, I'd be down.
We need more triple battles.
Yeah,
I can see Go.
yeah, but what if his Pokemon
Go in
can be
Unova.
on
Hey,
the
listen. Go in Unova with the 3 starters in a triple battle.
that would be pretty cool. I'll say that. That would actually be pretty cool.
Also,
But
Ash being the
but no,
first
yeah,
Pokemon
it's,
champion does not make sense.
But yeah, no. Where I'm going with this is what I could probably see going on if we really, because one thing we have to keep in mind, though this show is super different, the generation that we're in right now is the Galar generation. Obviously, that means that there's going to be a good chunk of stuff that happens in Galar or is connected to Galar. So if they want to bring in that aspect of the whole sponsor thing, I don't think it's going to be during the time that Ash is in the lower classes. Most likely, this will be. I feel like Galar story-related stuff will most likely happen in the later half of the show.
Yeah.
Hopefully they paced it well so that it doesn't feel too rushed. But what I'm imagining... I know.
I don't think that's
But what I'm saying with that is...
Real quickly.
Yeah.
I had to see them go with the story. I feel like Sonya's introduction wasn't just for nothing. Where every time we go, they're gonna. The next time they go to Galar, they're gonna see the big, thing in the ground, and then she's like they're running into Sonya again. She explains that, and they slowly each time they go, slowly get more and more.
They need to see the turf field geoglyph.
That's what I was talking about. Next time they go, they see that.
Yeah,
I feel like that's one of the weird things where
it's still a wild Pokemon, so Rose hasn't caught him yet.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, tournament.
It's just a weird thing where you could see that there's a couple of things where it's like, I like the show where it is, but there are a couple of things that obviously could have been a bit more fixed early on that you realize as the show progresses. Like, okay, I like Sakuragi and I like the stuff they're doing, and maybe I'm in the lower minority when it comes to this thoughts, but it's like, don't you think it would have been a little bit more sense if Ash and Go happened to be working for the professor from Galar? Instead of Koharu, it would be Sonia.
Exactly.
Not for any. And again, this isn't me being like one of those people who's like, oh, I'm a big fan of this, so I want this to happen. Like, trust me, guys. Look, I love Ash Greninja. I'm not going to be going around constantly asking for Ash Greninja. But with that being said, story-wise, as in story. No. But what I'm saying, the reason why I'm saying that is because story-wise and storytelling, this is how most likely they could have made a bit more of an interesting thing, because already you could see parts of Koharu's personality match that of Sonia's, where I could easily see Sonia having Koharu's story right now, where she doesn't know what she wants to do because that's in the game. She doesn't know what she wants to do.
Look at Leon. Okay, so look at Leon and Ash, for example. And a lot of people said they thought that Go and Rayhan would be similar. I don't really see that right now. If they do show off more of Rayhan, he is kind of like Go. I feel like those three are like the older representations of Ash, Go, and Koharu.
Here's the problem, though. Right,
I feel like that's
battle.
I guess, yeah.
I guess in a sense. You know what also kind of... You know who this is going to hurt most, though, when you think about it?
Oh.
There's one character that no one seems to be talking about.
Tracy?
That has... No. There's one character... No. There's one character that hasn't shown up yet that... I know for a fact they're probably going to get the short end of the stick once they are revealed in the show.
Oh, is it How To?
Well, actually, yes. Except not how, but how to. Being...
How to.
No. Like, I'm not, and the thing is, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. I'm actually being serious here, where it's like, most likely, the sad truth is, a lot of the storytelling that's being focused on Ash, Go, and Koharu, other characters are most likely going to be hit with the short end of the stick because they're either not main characters or they're just not important enough for the plot. Because right now, when you look at Pokemon Journeys and you look at the characters who are supposed to be important, we have Ash, Go, Koharu, somewhat Team Rocket, and then Leon. That's really it. And maybe Sonia.
Not even the professor or the assistants are in that chunk.
I say the professor. I would say the professor, not the assistant.
Even the professor and his assistants are not important enough. The important characters that I've seen so far have been those three characters: Team Rocket because they're Team Rocket, and then Leon because he's the end goal, and then maybe Sonia because she was just announced.
I want to point out,
she seems to be the character who's like pushing forward the Darkest Day arc, which that's great. That's the thing. Other characters within Galar that are supposed to be important and stuff. Like, for example, I don't think the other gym leaders in Galar are going to be important. Like, Ash has no need to battle them. The only way I see him battling them is because they're also entering the World Tournament. And
they'll be characters like all gym leaders.
Yeah,
no, that's the thing. That's the thing.
There's one thing. The thing about Hop, it's that I know that people are going to say this, like, in my opinion, Hop shouldn't be Ash's rival, but he'll most likely be because of Leon and only because of Leon. And people are going to say that Hop, it's like Sawyer. He escalated the power creep way too quickly for Ash. I could see Hop.
Sawyer, don't use Sawyer like that. Sawyer was a great character.
Personally, I could see Hop, Beat, and Avery being Go's rivals. Marnie, Clara, and Peony's daughter, who's soon to be named, being Koharu's rivals.
I don't know if Koharu's going to have rivals.
I don't know about that. Because here's the point is, I don't know about that. The reason why is because if you're gonna have a rival, it's because they're rivals to your dream, and I don't see those characters matching Go and Koharu rivalry just because number one, Go's dream is to capture Pokemon. I don't think there's gonna be a rivalry with someone being like, I'm gonna catch more Pokemon than you.
That shiny hunter.
Maybe.
The shiny guy.
Yeah.
The shiny
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, the shiny guy. The shiny guy is most likely.
Catch 'em all,
But
get a rival out of it.
but
This
another
seems
thing
boring.
is Koharu doesn't even have a dream yet. So depending on what her dream is gonna be, we have to
I have
see.
a feeling she.
As
I
long
don't
as
feel
she
Go
could
doesn't
do that.
become a battler, I'm fine.
But yeah, going back to like all the sort this anime, like in regards to like promoting Galar, if you think about it, Ash has no reason to go to Wedgehurst at all. He has no. The only way I could see Ash going to Wedgehurst is them doing the basic. It's like, oh, I need you to go deliver this to Professor Magnolia.
Which
Galar.
is most likely what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so
You gotta
again,
deliver the
going
Mega
back to the
Ring
whole-
to this location. Why do they need
Also,
the Mega?
speaking of Wedgehurst, I like the fact that I like post game characters, but I don't like the fact that they don't show up in the series like Zinnia and whatever. But in regards to Swordward and Shieldward, I hope they don't show up. I really hope they don't show up.
the memes are going to be so bad.
I made a
The
prediction. I
memes,
think that
though.
one of them will be in the Masters 8.
Rivals.
But yeah, I definitely, like, if you think about it, Ash has, like, there's no reason at all for any of the Galar characters to be relevant besides Leon.
Basically.
And that's the problem with Journeys, is because they could have easily just, they didn't even have to put, like, Magnolia in it. They could have easily just put Cerise's lab and them from Galar instead of putting it in Kanto. The reason they put it in Kanto is because it's Kanto. And
I'm still sad that Ash's Pokemon aren't in the Cerise lab.
I'm fine with that.
Here's the thing I keep saying with that. It's the same reason why Ash left his Alola Pokemon in Alola. Oak's lab is their home. It's been their home for years, even though Ash is still 10. So just moving their home like that wouldn't really feel right, you know?
Okay, that makes sense. Bulbasaur being the leader in a new household, it would be dynamic
It'll be
shifting.
the Toy Story 4.
One thing I'll say, and here's
Where would the Taurus go?
well, actually, I think, yeah.
I was gonna say, the Toros, like, it would be a lot of conflict.
You're going to cause too much comment just for continuity, and I prefer it.
Well, not only that, but it goes a little bit deeper than that. See, and this also kind of goes into the problem of what you guys just mentioned, being the fact that one of the main problems is the fact that the Sakuragi research lab is in Kanto, when in reality it would have made more sense for it to be in Galar anyways, because how easy would it have been if Oak just said, Ash, I need you to go to Galar because one of my old colleagues are there is studying a new phenomenon. And it's like it would have been so easy, but now that it's in Kanto, there's so many questions going. It's a little harder, but also there's a lot of questions of, well, if the lab is going to be in Kanto, why not just have it take place always in Oak's lab? Like,
also an issue with if they were in Galar. Here's the thing. I feel like them being based in Kanto is perfect. Because the whole purpose of the series is just, yes, mostly focused on Galar, but they're also tackling other plots from other games. Kanto doesn't really have that much story that they can tackle, so
I guess
it could be like their base.
I understand that. It's just
saying from a Galar perspective. Like,
if they were in Galar, they would probably
okay. So like, I can see that where if they had to have the lab in Kanto, that's fine. But again, it's still the whole situation of why not just have it at Oak's lab? And if the reason is because we can't have Oak in the show all the time, then it could just be, Ash, I need you I need you to help this researcher who's going to be staying at my lab for a while I'm off in the world traveling, handling some important professor stuff with your mother. I don't freaking know.
No, he's going on a he's going to do the Pokemon Poetry Championships.
Oh,
Yes, exactly. Like something like that. But again, it makes that could still make sense as stupid as it is.
It makes sense because in game, Oak has a house in Eterna, so there's that. He journeys the world as well.
He has a house in almost every freaking region. Of course, it makes sense.
He's the richest man in the world.
I could see.
He has family in Alola. You're telling me this guy can't travel around the world and be like, "Oh, Samson, I need a place to stay. You mind if I crash?"
I just know.
oh my god.
No, also.
Yeah, but I can imagine. I can only imagine Pokemon Journey's beginning, and Oak is saying, "Tracy, you're fired. I will hire Cerise to be in my lab while I travel the world."
Oh yeah.
I want to point out.
Hey, don't do Tracy dirty like that.
I want to point out.
Yo, actually, you know what? That is another situation where it's like, I guess
there is one thing. There is one thing that I hope that it happens. Both Oak and Sycamore studied under Rowan, but Oak taught Cerise, Elm, and Willow. If Willow and the Go Rocket admins Sierra, Arlo, and Cliff show up in Pokemon Journeys, best show. I can see.
I want to point out this was a solo episode review, and yeah, we tangented so much different stuff.
But going back to the whole Oak conversation, there is one other Oak who's been missing since Generation 4.
Gary.
Grand.
Where is Gary Oak?
He's the Viridian gym leader.
Don't forget Grando. We need Grando.
Well, actually, that is a very interesting thing because it's actually very funny that you mentioned that because of the fact that there's one other aspect that we need to look at the show now more than ever, where is the fact that aside from any other show, this is the one Pokemon show that seems to really be pushing the idea that this could possibly be Ash's final journey.
How many times have we heard that so many times?
Obviously, whenever the words, because this has been a thing for generations now, where whenever the words are uttered, is this Ash's final journey? Because this isn't the first time this topic is brought up. There's been multiple series where that's been brought up. But the thing is that with this specific series, the fact that the show really seems to be pushing this, there are other questions now that people are curious about, and not just memey joke questions like, "Oh, who's Ash's dad?" We don't know, and we're probably never gonna know. So shut up. But with that in mind, but it's like a genuine, but also genuine character-related questions, and also like important things that are close to Ash as a character that are a question that maybe should be at least brought up. Is what's gonna where is Gary? What's he doing? What's gonna happen to Team Rocket once this is done? Because that's another thing.
I have something to say about Team Rocket. It's because they are in the Pokemon Go games now, right? And they have that Celebi side quest in Pokemon Masters.
That's focused on the movie. That's focused on the alternate universe stuff.
I can see. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, but that could be from the AU continuity. But I can see Coco being their future kid because Coco has the Jesse's hair and James' eye color. I can see Coco being like the Jesse and James' future kid.
You're just asking for a fanfic to happen.
No.
It's a stretch. But going back to the whole,
I've never heard. I have never heard a bigger stretch in Pokemon history than freaking. You know what? No. You want to know how big that stretch is? If you guys were on Twitter and you saw that little thing between me, PokeRaf, and this other guy on Twitter recently when they released that Espeon thing, and this is a real story. This happened earlier today. Did you guys see what we did? Where this one fan is like, "Wait, Espeon is hanging out next to water? That means that Greninja's come back." And then my response to that is, "You fool!" No. Here's the thing. My response was, "You fool! You're not seeing the big picture." It's not. Not only is Espeon hanging out next to water, but it's hanging out, laying down on a rock that's next to a patch of grass. You know what that means? It's not just Ash Greninja. It's gonna be Lycanroc and Sceptile.
Oh
They're
my
all
God.
coming.
No, wait. Ash and Go are walking. That means that means Crocodile's coming back. They're walking on the
Exactly.
ground.
Exactly.
Yeah, breathing hair. Two shots coming back.
Hey,
Like sometimes a show is just doing a thing for the sake of the thing, and we shouldn't really look too deep into it. The only thing that I could see, and I know that certain other PokeTubers might disagree with me on this, and that's fine. The only thing that I could say could give any hints on whatever Pokemon, not just a particular Pokemon, because I know this has been done to death. The only things that I could ever see. Exactly. The only thing that I can think of seeing when it comes to any Pokemon or characters coming back that you could look at it and be like, you know what, this is a viable theory, is like the merchandise. If you see a merchandise thing, then it's both ways, where it's like, okay, again, because I know it's a super popular topic, I know Greninja, but just because I don't want to annoy people with Greninja, let's say Sceptile.
I have an idea.
Or no. You know what? A more viable one right now. Let's say Lycanroc. Okay,
Alright.
because where they show a toy of Lycanroc, and then in the end credits of the show now, you see Lycanroc hanging out with freaking Grookey and Riolu. So I think that's fine to make speculations. But goodness gracious, I've seen people really reach. Like, I've seen people really reach out for this stuff. And again,
you gotta say
and again, and again, I'm not like other people who make fun of it for the sake of making fun of it. Like, where it's like, I am a fan of Ash Greninja. I am a fan of XY and all that other stuff. I'm a fan of those. And whether or not you like it, that's fine. The thing, I like every series. And would it make me happy for things to come back? Yes, of course. Especially now, if they are trying to promote that this could be Ash's final series. In my opinion, they should bring back as many things as possible. Not just Pokemon. I mean, yes, more importantly, Pokemon, because the name of the franchise is Pokemon, not characters. But like, what I'm saying is, they should bring stuff. They should bring stuff back, but they should make it make sense. That's the thing.
Exactly.
So that's why.
And that is why there's about when we were discussing about Gary, because Gary became a researcher. That's the thing that Ash and Go are, right? In a way, because I can see Ash and Go returning home, and Go is the one that makes the paperwork because Ash cannot fill reports as in Saw and Malola.
What paperwork? He barely did anything in that school.
I can see Ash and Go having to do some reports, and Gary joins in. And if merchandise shows a Blastoise toy, I can see people saying, "Oh, Gary's going to have Gigantamax Blastoise."
Oh gosh. I mean, well, the thing. Okay. So again,
before you start, who was saying the whole Ash is Giovanni's son or something like that?
That was a joke.
That's stupid.
I know that it was a joke, but imagine if they pull off
there
that.
is some evidence for it, though. There actually is solid
That's
evidence.
from the musical.
I'm not listening to you.
The musical had mistranslations. Also,
I mean, they did date.
If Ash was Giovanni's son, that would mean that he would be Silver's half brother.
Let's not go into that conversation.
Let's not go into that. Let's focus back on Pokemon Journeys. Okay, so going back to the show though. Going back to the show, the show that we're focusing on. Freaking okay. One thing I will say is when looking at it, like I mentioned before, if a character or a Pokemon is coming back, it's because something makes sense that is connected to the story of certain characters. So it's like, okay, so like Gary, for example, you guys mentioned Gary. Gary makes a lot of sense because, yes, he is also a researcher, and it would make sense if one episode, he is the character who probably makes the most sense coming back right now, just due to the fact that as a researcher, literally any episode can call him in and just be like, oh, we needed help with a certain Pokemon research that we're doing. So we called from our friends over in frickin' Sinnoh or wherever the frickin' heck Gary is right now, and just being like, and it's like, smell you later. This region,
hello there, Ashy boy.
Or
No,
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
just
like,
don't understand because from generation 1 to 4, Ash was always in contact with Gary, even if they were like far apart. And then in Black and White, Ash is like, "Who's Gary?"
well, not who is this, but it is weird. It is weird that
You know what I meant. I was exaggerating.
No, I get it. It's just I feel like that's always been one of my main problems when it comes to like Black and White and forward, where it's like certain aspects of continuity really seem to betray the story, which really
the moment Ash exited Japan, continuity broke.
Exactly.
He went to the States and went, woo!
I mean, not even that. It's just not even that. It's just more of the whole thing of just like Ash not knowing what a certain Pokemon is, or Ash not remembering a certain experience with a certain trainer that really should have been prevalent in a certain situation. Like freaking, you're telling me that it's like in these like, for example, that one episode that they went to Sinnoh and they see freaking Krogunk and Piplup. You're telling me it wasn't easy for Ash to say something as simple as, I'm familiar with these two Pokemon. And he didn't even have to say. He doesn't even have to say.
I have friends who have these Pokemon.
He could just say something as simple as, I'm familiar with these Pokemon, or I know these Pokemon, and that's it. It's just, it's a weird thing that I know the show, and that's one of the reasons why me personally.
You know what episode had a Cyndaquil, so there's that.
I don't even know anymore. It really is just a whole thing of I understand that the show is many aspects of the show are the biggest things to be excited for the show, and also the biggest things that really mess with the show.
Yeah, I feel like something I learned about Pokemon is that a lot of the anime community gets themselves way too hyped up and really stretches things out.
Yeah,
Like, what's an example of this is, do you guys remember in Sun and Moon, with the episode, the Ultra Beast episode, where they put on the Pokemon, and then Kukui was like, "Hey, they want you to put on another performance." I was like, "Oh my god, they said performance, Serena's coming back."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I was like,
in regards to continuity, I can see like Mirina was saying before, like, not saying that Ash knows people who has this Pokemon, but for example, just little tidbits like Go struggling to take care of his Pokemon. For example, my Butterfree is like, "Oh, I can have this." How do you know? "Oh, I used to have a Butterfree." Simple as that. Or imagine like Go catching that Cider. "How can I do it?" "Try this and that." And he caught Cider. "How do you know?" "Oh, I have a friend that has Cider." Like, there is no...
Like, whatever it is. Like, it doesn't have to be constant, because I know that that's going to end up being annoying and redundant. It doesn't always have to be the case. Like, I had no
showing
problem.
that Ash knows these Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing that I know for a fact that Pokemon, when it really matters, then they'll probably try to put some form of continuity, but then when it doesn't, they just don't put that work into it. Like,
do you guys remember in the bug catching episode that cut away with Pidgeot? Everyone started to speculate that Pidgeot in the Battle Frontier Island, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Yeah.
No, if you guys look and see what I put in the chat, I said, Ash looked in the sky, Pidgeot's coming back.
Yeah, I see it. That's really funny. Okay, real quick, just because, and I'll say it's probably my fault. I feel like we're trying to talk about this episode, and we went on the biggest tangents.
That's fine.
Okay, I have something.
We're changing the title to the future of Pokemon.
We went from talking about solid Pokemon Poetry World Championships.
I'll come in with a time, but long story short, I say we give our final thoughts because
I have a topic.
We got a movie review to do.
I actually do have a topic that will. I actually do have a topic that will bring us back to talking about this particular episode, and this is a very, and I admit that this is a very, very unpopular opinion. So I apologize.
I love unpopular opinions.
Okay. So I apologize to anyone who gets upset. I see that we have 9 people watching the stream now, so I'm not going to be surprised if it's 0. But I, for one, do not have the biggest problem with Team Rocket's Gacha machine.
Neither do I.
Wow.
Neither do I.
I don't think it's that bad a thing.
I just don't care.
It's the way to show old Pokemon.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that. Like here, I'll explain it. It's not. Again, it's not even that either. It's just the fact that here's the thing. I will admit that it does mess a few things up for Team Rocket as characters in certain ways, and then in other ways it also makes them interesting. So let me explain why. Let me explain the bad first. The bad thing about the Gacha machine is the fact that, sad to say, I don't think we're gonna have genuine connections between Team Rocket and their Pokemon. Sad to say, because the fact that Team Rocket doesn't own the Pokemon themselves, automatically that kind of means that the only connection they're gonna ever have is amongst each other and not the Pokemon that they capture.
It's gonna be like a reverse. It's gonna be like a reversal of Go. Like Team Rocket doesn't have none, and Go has too much.
Kinda, yeah. If in a way, that's kind of what it is. Where it's like, because these Pokemon are always gonna be Pokemon of the week, except I guess maybe Choodle, maybe. But even then, we haven't seen Choodle in forever, so I don't think so.
I can see an episode. I can see an episode of Jesse and Choodle trying to win a model contest, and the rival is Nessa and her Dreadnought. That would be hilarious.
That would be funny, yes. But again,
we get more of
the thing is, we don't know if Choodle's come back. That's the situation. Or we don't know if. So that's the biggest problem with the Gacha machine, where it's just we lose that aspect of Team Rocket of them having character development episodes, because usually their character development episodes are connected to their Pokemon. The only other way that I can see them having character development episodes was during that vacation episode where they were helping Ash and Go, but I don't think they're going to be doing that all the time, unless that's something that the show's trying to hint at. That's the thing. Now, that's the bad thing. The good thing about the Gacha mechanic that I like, and again, it's not as big as the bad thing. That's what I'll say. It's not as big as the bad thing. I do know, and I agree that it is a bit of a problem because of this. But the good thing that I like, and this is why I feel like it's an unpopular opinion, is because I actually like it when Team Rocket seems competent. I like it when it feels like they're going to beat Ash. And so far, every time they've battled Ash, they have given him a problem this season.
Yeah.
So because of the fact that it's like,
that's my problem.
Okay, yeah. So
it shows their growth. It shows their growth. It shows their growth and competence, and like, oh, they can now battle with Pokemon that they are not even theirs.
Well, no, I don't think that's what it is right now. I don't think it's growth and competent. I think it's just they've been Pokemon trainers for a while, so they know the simplicities of, hey, tell this Pokemon to do this move. So no, sadly, I don't think it has anything to do with their competence as trainers. It's just
the Rocket Balls have the tickets with the move, so there's that.
Yeah, that's the thing. The papers come out telling them, this is the Pokemon, this is what it could do. That's all it is. So
it's the instruction manual.
Okay, so Shiny Zoroark. He's saying how in the chat where Team Rocket has reverted to garbage OSDP version, which
I'll say that.
I want to say that. I mean, I like Team Rocket around that era.
Team Rocket in this series are similar to their Sun and Moon, as in like comedy.
No, when it comes to the best versions of Team Rocket, and again, this is just my opinion. If anyone disagrees, that's fine. The number one version of Team Rocket will always be Sun and Moon Team Rocket, in my opinion. But the second Team Rocket that I like, the second version of Team Rocket that I really like, believe it or not, is Black and White Team Rocket.
I knew it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they were competent. They were genuine villains, and I like that.
I got
I was tired of the whole.
What happened to Pierce?
I liked them in the Meloid arc. I didn't like them in the very beginning.
No. You want to know? No. You want to know what the best Team Rocket arc when it comes to Black and White was? And I feel like no one talks about this enough.
The Subway
one? The freaking Subway arc.
The Subway arc, yes.
No.
The best part of Team Rocket were after they changed out of back into their normal uniforms, but before the Chlora. Like that was Team Rocket.
Not only that. No. Not only that. And look, I'm about to rant for a second, so forgive me. But this is something that's always bothered me, where it's like, bruh, I hate the fact that we didn't get to see a little bit more of what happened after Meowth betrayed Ash. Because keep in mind, we've had episodes, not even like one episode or so. No, we've had a buttload of episodes where where Meowth is now a genuine companion of Ash.
I respect
with him, and he was with them for a while.
It was like 10 episodes. It was like
I know, yeah. So it was for a while, and the fact that freaking when Meowth finally betrays him and joins Team Rocket again, and that's the whole thing, and then literally the next time they see them, it's just it's Team Rocket and it's their same shenanigans, and I'm like, what? No,
one thing I don't get.
Ash, you should be angry.
It was 5 episodes.
Let me say something. I remember that episode actually. I remember Team Rocket was about to leave off the train because their mission failed. So, but before that, Ash was like, "Yo, Meowth, even though you betrayed us, it was kind of cool having you around." I'm like, Ash, the man almost betrayed you. Almost stole Pikachu.
Ash, stop being so nice.
Ash was like, Meowth, you were a prick, but you were a cool prick.
You tried to betray us and kill us. I got respect for you.
You were kind of an asshole, but like...
At least Meowth didn't try to kill him like Lysander and Hunter J did.
Let's do this again next year, buddy. It's just... No, the thing is, okay, so Samurai Trainer Z, yeah, you have a good point. Like, Black and White was a missed opportunity for that, because I just feel like that was the quintessential point of Team Rocket being interesting because of that. I've never felt more intimidated and more impressed of Team Rocket than at that moment, and then they became boring again, and then they didn't become interesting again until around Sun and Moon, but for different reasons. Because with Sun and Moon, Sun and Moon is Team Rocket's show. I don't care what people say. Sun and Moon is Team Rocket's show because that's where they were the most funny, and that's where they were the most likable.
I like is that they weren't folling Ash.
If we got,
that's another thing.
If we got Team Rocket,
they battled
everything. If that freaking earthquake never happened, people could be looking back at Best Wishes as one of the best.
We still remember the first 20 episodes, like the Snivy, the freaking not catching Pokemon. Like that stuff still happened before the earthquake, though. That's the dream.
I know, but I'm saying though, the story would have been, but in my personal opinion, Team Plasma and Black and White 1 is way better than Neo Team Plasma, in my personal opinion. So I would have.
I like the idea. I like
one thing. Okay, one thing I will say is one thing that I will say is with Black and White, and then let's move it back to the to episode 28 discussion. But like one thing I will say with that is just the fact that like I think we can all agree. One thing that we were definitely cheated out on was that battle between Charizard and frickin' Reshiram. That would have been dope, but it never happened.
They lied to us.
All right,
they lied.
I wanna say something right here, right now. Okay, I think it's time for us to wrap things up for the episode segment because I'm checking the time and oh boy, we've been on this episode for like an hour and a half.
I want for Misty and Lana to return to see Sobble at least. Please.
No. Only Lana specifically because she's best girl. Misty could go swim off the sea.
Oh!
Yeah, we do got to get the heroes.
Okay, so before we move
Quick,
on,
real quick though.
ratings.
Yeah,
Rate the episode, folks. We're gonna start one by one.
final ratings.
6 out of 10. I'd say 6 out of 10,
Yeah,
5 out of 10.
But yeah, no, it's
6 out of
just
10, yeah.
But yeah,
think
that's
6 out.
solid.
6 is a
Six out of
good.
10.
This is the
wait,
weaker
6
part
out
of
of
this.
10 for-
Galar 2-parter.
Wait, 6 out of 10 for what?
The
Rating
episode,
the
like,
episode.
what do you rate it? From 1 to being the worst, or 10
For
being the greatest?
this episode,
Yeah.
I'd say, I'd say around like 5 or 6 out of 10. It's just
I
It
cannot
wasn't
rank
that-
it higher than a
One
6.
thing I do got to say before we go is it's sad. I had a whole episode focused to Sable. We all didn't like it. I had
gotta
like
say-
Hold on, I get
5 to 10 minutes.
my rating.
Guys,
Farfetch.
I gotta say,
We
this
loved
episode
it.
was. I gotta say, this episode was kind of a tearjerker.
Little Izzy, did you give your rating for this episode? By the way,
I do want to make sure that to remind everyone in the chat though, hey guys, make sure to subscribe.
Oh,
Thank
okay, we
you.
need to stop now.
all right.
Yeah.
Now for me, this episode gets a 10 out of 10.
And I just want to say something because before I leave, because of the whole Sobel being a starter, but Riolu being treated like one, and everyone is hated Farfetch or were indifferent. There is one thing that you should think about. It's just personal thoughts of mine, but Ash saw how Leon changed the moveset against Raihan, right?
Yeah.
And
We
and
mentioned that
Trey,
last
and
week.
Trayman pointed something out on Twitter because when the Farfetch evolves, it learns Iron Defense, and the Ralodon used that. Correct? I think it was Trayman that mentioned that on Twitter.
Yeah.
We mentioned
okay.
that last week.
Yeah, so there is this thing that I can see. It's Ash setting up a team to defeat Leon because I can see something, for example, Dragapult versus Gengar, Axorus versus Dragonite, Lucario maybe versus the starter that Leon has, Pikachu with Charizard to the G-Max finale. Surfetch is
freaking gimmick for now. I didn't like that.
Surfetch is interesting
versus Aegislash.
because Surfetch, if he has for Galarian Farfetch, from what I saw versus Riolu, having dark types, it's to hint that Riolu will have Justify, because that prankster ability make double team being super fast because it's a priority move, a status priority move. So I can see Surfetch having the Scrappy ability, so the fighting will beat the steel and the dark will beat the ghost, so it will be like a sword and shield duel between Surfetch and Aegislash.
That'd be dope.
I get that, but that we have to see what they do with that first, because it's a good theory, but I don't know if. Here's the sad truth: I'm not sure if Pokemon. No offense, Pokemon. I don't know if Pokemon is smart enough to do that. So let's
I don't
see.
even have the feeling that they're gonna give Leon the same
No,
moves.
I know that, but I could see, for example, Aegislash in battle choreography. I could see Aegislash using King's Shield and Surfetch using Iron Defense and basically charging an Iron Defense to the King's Shield, and Ash saying with a smirk on his face, "The best offense is a good defense."
Yeah, it's his iconic catchphrase.
I mean,
I think
There is
I
one
noticed he said
battle.
that.
again, that would be cool.
I
Remember that
said-
mostly from Sun and Moon, but I think he said it once in X and Y too, from now, right?
He said a little
And
bit
Celine-
Diamond Pearl.
He said it against Olympia. If he says this against Raihan,
It was just Diamond and Pearl counter shields. That's where it came from. That was
even Dragonite used Counter Shield as well. Not to mention that Ash lost against Holucha was losing against Corina because he was trying to mimic Tierno's dancing, and now he won against Corina because of Dragon Dance. So you can see
The dance.
Okay, but that's. I feel like that those are more like little nudges. I don't think that's gonna be a big story focus.
No, it's not. But in regards to Lucario, I can see I spoke with Infamous and Crasher about this battle choreography idea,
imagine that Lucario uses extreme speed and Bone Rush, trying to plant Bone Rush on the battlefield like light pillars. Aura Sphere to the Bone Rush, and like making the Aura Sphere being a pinball to trap the opponent down in one position. Battle choreography-wise, it would be dope, but like Medianut said, they are not smart enough to think about this.
Yeah, like
They
it
did
would be
do
cool,
that
but-
actually, sort of with Ash's Glalie in the Hoenn League. It was battling a Charizard, and it used that exact strategy where it made ice pillars, and then used Headbutt, and it used itself as a ping pong ball to hit the Charizard.
Like, and again,
Points.
and also like, there's so many things that depend on that because like, I don't even know because I know that some people are saying that because Farfetch battled Riolu and stuff, and they were competitive during that episode, that automatically means that they're gonna have this special thing with each other that they'll evolve at the same time. And I'm like,
I think that can happen. I think that'd be perfect.
No, they cannot evolve at the same time.
or something like that. And I'm like, no, that's
Maybe
stupid.
Farfetch evolves first.
I'm
Maybe
really against this
Farfetch evolves
conversation.
first. And
No, yeah, out of all of them, like, I'm still in the mindset that it's.
defending another Pokemon.
I can see that if they really want Ash to follow that whole thing of, I saw this thing from this person's battle, so I'll use it in another. Because yes, he has been doing that quite a bit in this particular series. So I guess I could see that, but it's like the only way I could see that being the case is like, yeah, like Farfetch defending another Pokemon in whatever episode because of a reason, and then he learns Iron Defense and he evolves into Surfetch or whatever.
I can see Farfetch evolving by protecting Riolu, and in a battle, Ash's friendship towards Riolu makes Riolu see the friendship and evolves, but a glimpse to the reminder. I can see Riolu and Farfetch having a Lucha Noivern relationship, but more fleshed out.
Yeah,
I guess.
Like fighting siblings. Like the others were the flying. This one is the fighting.
Yeah,
I guess it's something.
yeah, but Noivern and Halucha was less of fighting siblings and more like Halucha being above Noivern. I mean that in every way.
Well, I didn't hear that. What was that?
But like,
yeah, but the thing is,
I was saying like Halucha and Noivern's relationship weren't really like they weren't like fighting together. Like Halucha was more of a mentor.
Yeah, Halucha was the big brother.
Yeah,
Halucha was the big brother. I can see Farfetch being like that shitty cousin that you know that you hate, but you need him to be strong.
I can see Riolu and Farfetch being like bros. So it would make sense for them to be bros. So say like Riolu gets knocked down and like is hurt. I'm just saying.
I definitely feel
we can see Farfetch brawl.
Yeah,
can see that, and then like allow like Riolu not to evolve at the same time because I don't see them evolving at the same time. But see like one of them evolve protect each other. I don't know, but like
I can see Farfetch evolving to protect Riolu and Riolu evolving to protect Surfetch.
Nah, no. That's where I think it's too much of a stretch. Like I can see Farfetch evolving
anyway.
for Riolu, but
we have a movie to.
All right,
we got William here. We're talking about Farfetch strategies.
Yeah.
Oh, you want Farfetch strategies? Double team against Ryan.
No more.
Dark move on
how about this?
No more.
Wait, hold on. How about this? To the movie review, and unless we get a new topic for next week, we save all of this discussion for that.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm nothing against being there's a topic. The only issue that is running is cramming into the movie review.
Or we could always do this on our own time as well.
Because the episode as a whole was not very overwhelming to discuss to begin with.
I mean, I don't think Ash loses.
Fortunately, I don't think the Koharu
it was like Go got Stubble, the end.
I don't think the Koharu's episode is gonna hold that much discussion. So if I want to say, think about your thoughts, and we can say that for after.
All I'm saying is that if she gets that bit, I can see her get bit up.
Hold on. Actually, I think that's a good idea for next week because I legit have nothing else planned next week than just the review for now.
Exactly.
So what if next week? How about next week? We gather our thoughts and we come up with like theories on what we feel like was going to go down with Ash's team,
Exactly.
or like what's going to with the future of the anime.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We got to get the hero
because it is your
Yeah,
stream goal.
they gotta review the movie. So let's
we got a movie to do.
Let's end this now.
Yeah.
I mean, we have that. We have the other servers, so there's we can discuss.
Exactly. All right. So
Yeah.
then that's
Okay.
Nothing against it. I'm just saying. We have
It's not
plans
always
to
a
do a
bad
movie
thing to
review.
ramble.
Yeah, thank you for having.
Thank you,
Hello?
folks. Thank you.
Another
Hello?
quiet.
I don't know why, but like, I want to make it. I'm not mad. I'm just saying, like, I'm not against us talking about this, but like, the issue comes like, we make plans to do the movie review today.
exactly.
Bro,
Let's review heroes now.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so to those of you
Go.
guys, so who's sticking around for the movie review?
I am.
All right,
I'll have to go. It's midnight.
all right, comrades. Thank you for giving us
Yeah.
this beautiful discussion.
Anytime, man.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
Thank you, folks.
I could probably say a few things. I could probably say a few things about the movie because I remember all the Pokemon movies. But like, I don't have to for this one because you guys planned it prior. So it's up to you guys.
Well, no, the way we usually do this is like, well, you're gonna see soon enough. More or less, I do the same routine that Tyrone does with his stuff, where like I give a synopsis of what happened in the movie for people who like, haven't seen it in a while.
All right.
So with that said, so everyone who's here have seen the movie, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
watched it earlier this morning. I watched it earlier today.
All right. So
Wow.
to reassure everyone who's here left, we have a Lola Izzy. Is she still here?
See? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
That's weird.
I'm
All
gonna,
right, so Pokemon Heroes.
I'm gonna,
Just realized that.
Maybe the connection problem is me?
no, you're fine.
Hello?
Hello?
I don't think
Hello?
other people's connection.
Izzy,
We hear
oh
you, we
my
hear you.
goodness.
Yeah, I can hear
we
you.
apologize if we couldn't hear you for a long time.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Blame Trey.
Sorry.
Trey, look, we're pals, but you're my scapegoat.
I must what?
All right.
Your scapegoat.
You're a scapegoat.
Well, that's one way to put it.
I don't know what that says. I don't know what that says about your friendship.
Listen. Whatever happens, I always have this motto. Blame Trey.
All right. So
But-
I'm gonna say this for the third time. Pokemon Heroes.
Pokemon Heroes. So we have Izzy, Media Nut, Brian, Red Rose, Trey, and Xenolith. Like, say your name
You
again.
could just, you know what? Just make it easier. People have been already calling me this. Just call me Zano.
I'll call you Zano. So,
All right, it
what's
makes
up,
things
Zano?
easier. Hello.
So yeah, movie 5, Pokemon Heroes. This movie, Before we get started though, let's go through one by one. And this is what we usually do here, by the way, me and when we do a movie review, I always ask everyone like, what was their very first time watching the movie was like. So we're gonna start off with the one who likes the movie a lot. Trey, what was your fucking experience with Heroes?
My first time watching this movie. I got a double pack at Forever
Oh no,
and Hero. The board through Forever because oh my goodness, it was so boring. Goodness. And I was like, okay, maybe I wasted my money on this. Then we got the Heroes. It's the Pokemon movie ever back then. Oh my goodness, I loved it so much. Just love the whole vibe, the soundtrack, the OST, just everything. It's so
we'll get into
perfect.
that sooner or later,
That
Trey.
theme. That theme.
Yes, man, the theme.
All right, Zeno, your turn, I guess.
So I'm gonna, guys. Sorry to disturb, but I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
all right,
this
it's
is cool,
Take
bro.
care.
Thanks for having me.
See you later.
All right.
Bro.
See you
Take
later.
care, man.
All right, it's my turn.
Yep, go
It's my
ahead.
turn?
What's your fucking experience
All
with
right.
Heroes?
Well, I know I watched it, but I was really young. I think it was either I got it from like a library or something because my library in town has like a lot of movies. I think, and that's how I watched a lot. So maybe it was from there, or maybe it was from a marathon on like Cartoon Network or something. But I remember watching this, like, this is really good, and that's essentially it.
All right.
Nice.
Red Rose?
Oh, you're right. I first watched. Well, one night I want to watch the entire anime from scratch because I thought it was one of those series you had to watch in order. I wasn't quite sure if it was like the manga, and that's so. And then I sort of just got them, and eventually just did it. I don't remember if I liked it.
Alright, and
Right.
Mia, what's your first experience with Heroes?
All right, so my first experience with Pokemon Hero, dang, that was a while ago. But no, that was like, it was okay when Pokemon Heroes first came out. I remember, I don't remember how old I was, but I know that I was like a much younger kid than I am now, and I very much so. Pokemon was one of the first shows that I've watched, so I've kept up to it up to this day. So I grew up with it, and when Pokemon Heroes came out just like every other Pokemon movie, it was kind of this funny relationship that I had with it and my family, because my family knew what to expect whenever a new Pokemon movie came out. They're just like, huh, okay, just wait for it. He's going to be begging us for it. So Pokemon Heroes comes out, and I'm like, Mommy, Daddy, please, give it to me. It's Pokemon. and they're like, oh my God. It's like, oh my gosh, little media nut, shut up. Fine, we'll get it for you.
Meaty Nut.
I don't remember, like little nuts, freaking. No, they like basically that was the thing where they just like it wasn't more of, oh, we want to get this because we know you like it. They always knew that I love Pokemon, but no, it's gotten to the point where it's like, we'll get it for you so though you shut up about it. So they got Pokemon
That was
for
me
me,
like 5
and
years ago.
yeah, it was funny. And basically, they got Pokemon Heroes for me, and just like every Pokemon movie, I was just like, yeah, I can't wait, it's so exciting, and like, I just enjoyed it. Like I remember having fond memories of Pokemon Heroes. I don't know if it was one of my favorites. My favorite will always be Pokemon 3, but Pokemon Heroes was fun, and I think Pokemon Heroes was one of the first. No, it was the second movie. It was the second Pokemon movie that really kind of like introduced me to the ideas of shipping. The first one, obviously, being Lugia. Yeah, it was the first one, obviously, being Pokemon 2000 with Lugia and like all that stuff. But like but Pokemon Heroes was like after that, I kind of like.
I gotta say,
it's not
like,
that
guys, Latios is coming back for Ash's team in Journeys.
Oh,
it's gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness,
But
I'll
no,
be
yeah,
so
so-
happy that happens. I'll be so happy.
I remember, but no, yeah, when it comes to Pokemon Heroes, I remember it fondly, but I also remember it being the Pokemon movie that I think I saw the least amount of times, but I still remember it, and it's still fun. And I remember, I also have a weird memory of, this is the only movie where Ash used maybe one or two of his Pokemon. Because I think the only Pokemon of Ash's that showed up besides Pikachu was Totodile.
You know, back when Totodile was well received until Sun and Moon, where they forgot about his personality.
They mentioned Bailey. They mentioned Bailey too, right?
No,
No,
Bailey
I
wasn't in
don't
it.
think they showed. I don't think they showed any of Ash's Pokemon in this movie except for Totodile.
Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry,
wasn't
but when I heard Totodile, I just automatically thought of Donald Duck.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
But as for me though, I remember the first day I saw this movie. I legit do actually.
No.
It was back when I was in third grade, I think, and Cartoon Network was doing. I think they were doing this like movie, like every like movie thing, where like they'll show a movie, and I saw Heroes. And I was like, wait, what's Pokemon Heroes? So I watched it, and when I saw Heroes, I was impressed. Like, I was like, this is a movie? I didn't, because like, I didn't know Heroes was a thing until the third grade, because I think I was like 8. I want to say it was like 8 when I saw Heroes, because that's when like I was in third grade. So yeah, like this is like the first time where this movie isn't in my memory. Was like, oh, generics. Oh, I go to my local theater, my local video store. I rent it. I watch it. It's because of my childhood. This is like one of the first times was like the movie then came from like typical video store trip.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's really cool. Not gonna lie.
And the fact like I love this movie like for many reasons. One reason,
I have to
the
say
best
that-
villains ever.
The best part about this movie is that it decanonizes immersion. Okay, I'll stop now.
But
It is a perfect ending for Ash, Brock, and Misty. Like it's
we'll
a
get
perfect
on that
final
when we get
movie.
on that. So with
I
that
feel
said, though,
I feel so bad for Brock at the end of that movie. I felt so bad.
but with that said, though, let's go ahead and get
I
started.
feel like I know that certain, not all Pokemon movies, but like I feel like when it came to this Pokemon movie, I will say Pokemon Heroes was the first Pokemon movie that kind of seemed to push Ash's friends to the side.
That's fair.
Because when you look at all the other Pokemon movies prior, like Mewtwo, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon 3, and even Pokemon Forever, each of the side characters did things, and maybe not big things, but they still did things. In 2000, Tracy and Misty went on a mission with the girl Melody to look for Ash and help Ash, and even Misty had a memorable line. It's like, Ash is never alone because he has me, and it's like, okay. Then in Pokemon 3, Ash and Misty had their moments because they battled the little girl multiple times, and you saw them having genuine Pokemon battles, and it was like, okay, that's cool. They had their moments. And then Pokemon Forever, even though it wasn't that big, it's like, okay, Misty broke her legs. Celebi used his powers to heal her legs. Brock was there.
Brock
I guess
Tyranitar.
like I feel like Pokemon Forever was kind of the first one where they started making Brock a little less important. But Pokemon Heroes was the movie that really felt like, oh, yeah, his friends are here. But this is Ash's movie.
It's definitely this one. I definitely feel like put a more bigger emphasis on Ash in a way where, like, I feel like this is where people finally were like, this is where, like, I don't think this would develop until like Arceus and the Jewel of Light. But what I think this is kind of where they started saying, oh, Ash is the chosen or something like.
Well, except for the movie that literally called him the Chosen One.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
dub, by the way, that's only in the dub.
But yeah, pretty much.
But let
Ash in
me
this
get
movie-
started with the summary, though, before we get into the major tabs.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so, Pokemon Movie Heroes. First off, where do I feel like this movie takes place? This is like one of the confusing ones, because I don't know why. I always like to tell myself this movie takes place between after the Johto League and when Ash is heading home. I don't know why I have that mindset. I think it's only because I like the idea of like the last movie being the last thing Ash and the crew do before they say goodbye. Like, I don't know. Either that it could really be like, I don't know. That's like my main mindset. I don't know what you guys might say about it.
I can agree with that.
Wait, say it again?
Well, like this
You
movie
said
takes.
it was, but oh, I'll let you get those.
I was basically saying this takes place after the Johto League, but before they say goodbye.
Is it really?
That's what I like to tell myself.
I guess
'Cause
so. I don't really
the reason
remember.
I'm going
I
with
remember
that
that
is because-
Lumio's trainer. I remember Lumio's trainer Zach recently made a video discussing where he thinks each movie
Yeah.
takes place.
Yeah.
I do not remember. I could see it. I could probably see it taking place after the league, I guess.
'Cause
I'm not against the
like,
idea.
the only thing I'm going with this is like, oh, maybe they just want to do some sightseeing before they say goodbye or something like that.
Maybe. I mean,
Or maybe,
again,
yeah.
I'm not
Or maybe
against
this takes place, but well, you know that this takes place like after Ash earns his 8th badge.
This is definitely later on in the JoJo saga because it is the last movie.
No, yeah, definitely later on.
It
for
is
obvious
later.
reasons.
If anything, it's in the Master Quest saga, late Master Quest. If you guys want that synopsis.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
then
definitely
again-
it's in Master Quest. No doubt.
Yeah,
about
then
that.
again, like, when you think about it, Pokemon Forever, like, he already had Bayleaf and all that, and that's, like, later in the show.
Yeah,
and
that's like towards the
all
end
that,
of
and
the Pokemon.
So, yeah, you know what? If anything, if we had to put a timeline for this, I could probably see it being after the league, because they did have to walk all the way from Johto back to Kanto I would not be surprised if they took a break.
Thank you. So
Yeah, especially in a town like I forget the name of the town in the movie, but especially like a town like
Italy.
that. That's like
Venice.
Italy. Oh, it's pre-Kalos.
No, Kalos.
No, Kalos is France. Kalos is France. This is Italy.
Damn it, Trey! You're trying to get me into trouble again.
Also, Team Rocket ate spaghetti.
Oh yeah, that's right. Also, the place is called Altamar.
But yeah. Also, can we talk about how, for some reason, Italy's just in the middle of Japan in the Pokemon world? Like, how does that make sense?
Yeah. We don't question.
I mean, well, I mean,
just
I think we can. Let's remind ourselves that the Pokemon world doesn't have real world locations unless you watch the dub.
Just like how in the Power of Us, they go to freaking what is it, San Francisco? It's like Johto Pokemon.
Or the more famous, or in the more famous Mewtwo movie where it's like they must be from Minnesota.
Oh gosh.
Wait.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
What would be the Minnesota equivalent in the Pokemon world?
I don't want to know. Let's get back to freaking talking about the movie.
Yeah, the movie. Let's get started. Anyways, this movie. The movie basically begins with Annie and Oakley reading a book about what happened in Altamar long ago. Fun fact, there's a scene that's been removed here from the Japanese version where it states that the legends of Latios and Latias were both boys and a girl, but transformed into those two Pokemon in order to save Altamar from a giant asteroid. The reason I know this is because I saw this movie a year ago in Japan. Or Japanese. I was bored that day. Anyways.
Well,
yeah, look at me on my research. But also that scene is removed, which I guess is too mature for Pokemon, even though in this movie
it's too mature for kids.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, 4Kids is the company that literally made Yu-Gi-Oh characters hold fingers up to people's heads. So
yeah.
Well, anyways, when they steal the book, they head off, and when they head off, they're on this weird car, jet, boat hybrid thing. I don't understand what's going on.
Batmobile most version like 275. No.
Wait, what?
Some weird like vehicle like Batmobile like 2075.
They really have like some spy thing when they jump into it. So they head on to Altamar.
Yeah.
When they head on to Altamar, Ash and Misty are competing in this race for the opening of the movie and for Altamar. When they do this though, Latios. Wait, which one is it? Which one's the girl? Latios or Latias?
Latias.
Thank you.
Latias is the one that has a crush on Ash.
Oh yeah, that's right. Anyways,
I'm wondering if you watched the movie recently.
Me?
No way.
Anyways, Latios winds up doing some little playful things with Ash and winds up making him lose the race because she was playing around with Ash and his Totodile. Fun fact, Totodile is here. And Misty winds up winning it all against some guy with a Wyrmer. I don't know why he's a Wyrmer. Yeah. Gen 5. I mean, Gen 3. Gen 3.
What?
Gen 5?
Whoa! Now this movie really was ahead of its time.
Yeah. It's just like I don't know what's a water type from Gen 5? Not Sun this fuck.
It's actually funny. This is actually the second movie where Whalmer is promoted prior to Hoenn being announced, because we had Whalmer in this movie, but then in the previous movie, in the Pikachu short where they're all playing hide and seek, there was also a Whalmer there. So it's interesting.
What's with the anime doing a Whalmer then during that time?
I don't know.
I'm not dissing it. I just think I'm just like, of all the Pokemon, what's so special about Whalmer? Because
I mean, if you really,
is marketable.
It's a funny, cute Pokemon.
It also Wailord.
Fair.
Yeah.
Anyway,
not only that though, like let's not be surprised at the fact that like Pokemon has always done that thing where they introduce a Pokemon in the movies that's supposed to be for the next gen. That's always something that they do, especially in the later movies. Like in this movie alone had Whalmer, but also Latios and Latias are from frickin' Hoenn.
Yeah, exactly. And then we had Zorwak in Generation 4. And then we didn't have anything for Gen 5. We had Gacha in the anime.
Fair.
So,
but I know the reason why they put Whalmer in. I'm just saying, like, there was Sharpedo, Steel, why Whalmer?
It's whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
fair.
actually, in Gen 5, we had Mega Mewtwo, so...
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But, okay, going back to the topic, though. So,
Hey.
continue the summary?
Thank you. So when Misty wins the race, they take a little tour around all of Altamar, learning about what Latios are. When they do that, though, Annie and Oakley are in the area trying to look for Latios. Either one or two, basically. And the reason they can't find it is because Latios is disguised as a human, the human known as Bianca. But they have some special gear that makes her be able to see, because they state that like Pokemon has a different body temperature compared to humans. When they do that, Ash and the others go and try to get ice cream, but Pikachu gets sidetracked for a minute, and when it does that, Bianca, quote unquote, appears to help to like pet Pikachu basically, and Ash sees her and basically runs off with her to basically thank her. I don't know why Ash was chasing her, to be honest.
I don't know you.
No, we're not in that moment. We're not in that moment, Trey.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember because like we saw this movie literally last week, but I don't know why I'm like forgetting a lot of things. Maybe because I don't know. Maybe Trey can help.
Yeah.
Any Oakley basically spawned Latios. That name is so confusing.
You just said the red one and the blue one. That makes things easier.
The pink one. When they find the pink one, they attack her. And when they attack her, Ash thinks they're attacking an actual human, but in reality it's a Pokemon, but he doesn't know that, so he attacks them back, causing Annie and Oakley to attack with them, with their Pokemon being of Espeon and Ariados, and they gave chase. When they give chase, Ash manages to chase them off in a pretty cool, like, first-person view. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of cool. Anyways, when they lose them, like, the girl disappears, who knows where, and Ash reunites with Brock and Misty. They head to the museum where they meet up with Bianca's grandfather, and he's basically telling them about this machine called the M. The name's so hard for me to say, even though it's 3 letters, but I keep forgetting because I get it confused with AMV. I think it's like ARI or something. I don't know. It's so many.
He had a machine. He had a powerful machine thing.
He had a machine that basically takes over, that basically conquers like all of Altamar, which I don't never get why. Anyways, Ash sees real Bianca and gets confused with her and starts chasing her in a really nice song setting, which I will love this here. I love that. So, the movie soundtrack's good. I want to say it right now. The movie soundtrack's good.
Okay, the name of the machine I think is DMA.
DMA, thank you, the DMA.
Yeah, I'm on the wiki.
Thank you. I should do that more often. Oh well.
You mean you don't?
No, that's the reason why we watched the movie a week before we did the review. How am I supposed to know?
Did you watch the movie now?
How am I supposed to?
I'm kidding.
Anyways, Ash gets chased to real Bianca, confusing her for Latios Bianca, and he winds up going to the Hidden Garden. When he gets up to the Hidden Garden, Latios...
I don't know you.
Yeah, she says that. I don't know why that movie is so funny.
I love that moment.
I don't know you.
That's my favorite part.
My favorite part is the ending, just because of how many names.
Yeah.
Anyways, Latios attacks Ash and Pikachu. What have I seen this for? Oh wait, we're not gonna see this for years to come. But Latios comes into their savior and basically say, "Yo, the cool."
You mentioned that the team plays too.
Yeah, the team play. It's Latios' theme basically. It's Latios' theme.
Yeah.
So when that happens, like Latios calms down a little bit. Bianca and her grandfather arrive, and they basically have a nice little fun musical number. Like not musical number, but like a song plays in the background known as Sacred Gardens. Latios shows off its way to like show off how it could see through Latios' eyes, basically. Like basically the telepathy, basically, but not telepathy. I don't know how to explain it. They can see underwater without going underwater. That's the best I can sum it up with.
It's like the sharing site or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's like they'll able to see each other through still powers. So when they do that, obviously it's a nice scene. Ash goes back to Brock and Misty for the night, and he and Oakley go into action with their mission. They catch Latios, but not Latias, because Latios protected Latios because big brother little brother thing. I want to point out right now. What's with the legendaries always getting beaten up so many times in these past movies?
I mean, they need to put the stakes for the movies and all that. So it's like, so because the movies are always centered around the legendaries, they always have to do something to the legendaries, so that it's like, oh no, what are our heroes gonna do and all that.
The
like,
villains and heroes are well designed, though.
I want to put out right now.
You know what I'm talking about.
Especially the end.
They're fine looking.
eh,
I'm not even gonna lie. As a kid, I had a crush on them.
Yeah.
Oh, we dead honest.
okay.
I keep
Alright,
forgetting they're
alright.
part of Team Rocket, though.
Oh, that's another one thing I want to point out. In the original Japanese version, they are not part of Team Rocket. They're just here for their own reasons.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
to keep it
dumb.
its own self-contained story.
I'm telling you, 4K.
Oh,
Four
Because I was
kids always
gonna
want to put
say-
Team Rocket on almost everything.
I was gonna say
They
that I
got some
noticed
heroes
that,
not originally Team Rocket too, right?
Yeah, heroes for both of them. They were not associated with Giovanni.
even in Pokemon
Yeah,
Forever
Forever.
as well.
Yeah, forever.
Forever.
Like the Master Warrior wasn't in it with Giovanni. He was just a Pokemon hunter.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Look at that! I do
Because
research.
I remember to see no Meowth. He's from Team Rocket. The Iron Mask Marauder.
Oh my goodness! But anywho, Annie Oakley went up heading to the museum to the MRI machine. They put Latios in the machine along with Oakley, and Oakley winds up doing her craziness. I'll say craziness because she's crazy, causing a big, massive she's basically putting everyone in quarantine, basically forcefully.
COVID-19 has entered your area.
Exactly, literally.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Would like to know your location.
Everyone, please escort yourself indoors. There's
Anyways,
social
Man,
distancing.
imagine Pokemon battles, but it's social distancing, so they can only use special moves.
oh my
Wait,
goodness.
wait, no, wait,
no.
wait. Oh yeah, get rid of those. Fine for me.
But anyways,
Speaking of Pokemon battles, why is it I saw a meme about how Tackle and Quick Attack are so powerful in the anime. Yeah, in the games they're so weak.
there's
I
the
mean,
anime for ya.
we're also talking about the series where they made Tail Whip an attack. So
Also, the
Oh, yeah.
series where Greninja loses to a shark.
yeah, but we're not talking about that right now.
Latias gets to Ash in time and
No,
gets him
okay,
out of the
so-
Pokemon Center in time before he gets on them along with Brock and
That was a series where Noivern lost to everything.
Alright,
I'm
yeah,
sorry, I thought we
Before
were talking
Brock and
about
Misty even got a
Come
chance
on,
to get out.
Alright, I apologize.
Oh, also,
Where are we? Where are we?
Also, prehistoric Pokemon have appeared because Oakley commanded those two to go after Latios.
Right.
Or Latias.
It's almost 1 a.m., so I'm gonna sorry to interrupt, but it's almost 1 a.m., so I'm gonna hop out now.
Alright, take care,
Oh,
Red
that's-
Rose.
okay,
Thank you for staying.
Take
Alright.
care, everyone. Bye.
Alright, take her.
Yoshi. I
Take
don't know why I
care.
say Yoshi before I say goodbyes. Anyways, Latios, Ash, and Pikachu head off to the museum to go save Latias. Or Latios. I'm getting so confused with his names. And since he forgot to bring his Pokemon, Brock and Misty decided to bring out Crowbank, Corsola, and Polito to go help out Ash when he's getting attacked
That's
by the...
cool.
Yeah,
I
I like
like
that.
that.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that
a really
moment.
cool moment in the movie.
Because every time...
I think that might have been you remember when I mentioned every movie had some kind of defining thing with the side characters? There we go, but not really with the side characters, but the side characters Pokemon.
Yeah, let's just not Brock and Misty don't matter. Let's just make their Pokemon matter.
Yeah,
Exactly, but it was cool.
At least they still contributed, though.
especially-
So, yeah, they take care of the
It was
fossil
cool though
Pokemon.
because you got to see Spotlight for Politoed and Corsola and
Crobat.
and Crobat, and it was oh, that's so nice. I like that. That's fun.
So, yeah.
So it's them, Ash, Pikachu, and Latias versus freaking skeleton Kabutops and Aerodactyl.
Pretty much, but they might not beat them with ease. Not gonna question that. Ash does make it to the museum in time and basically helps out everyone out. Everyone gets out. Unfortunately, Oakley, being the freaking perpy ass girl she is, touches the machine and causes it to go haywire. Because of this, a giant tsunami is about to hit on Altamar. This is what Latios and Latias decide to go basically.
That's a tsunami that canceled Team Rocket versus Team Plasma.
I don't know if you should make jokes like that.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was mean. I'm sorry.
Anywho,
I'm very salty.
Don't worry, you're fine. Don't worry. Latios and Latios go into action, basically save Altamar because it's their home, and apparently this is what their father did in the day. But I don't know. I think that's in 4Kids. I don't know if like their father wasn't. Actually, no way. I think the line is like, you know, like they got the soul dude from the well, and they say like that's a spirit of Latios and Latios' father. But I think that was just in 4Kids. I don't know for real though.
Right.
Because most of the stories are different depending on which one you watch. So Latios and Latios head into action, and when they head into action, we don't know what happens to them. Unfortunately, we do know what happens. Latios dies. This is the first death in Pokemon, by the way.
What is it, saddest?
Huh? No, I said this is
one of the saddest moments, by the way.
It is really sad.
It is sad. I'm not gonna lie. I actually teared up when I saw this moment. This is actually my first time watching death in Pokemon, to be honest. So yeah,
I think it is for everyone.
Sorry,
no, because there was technically Entei.
Well, Entei that wasn't a real Entei.
I know, but it's kind of that whole aspect of yes, they're like an illusion made out of a thing, but they themselves felt like they were real.
To be fair, it is like it's a nice situation.
If they're erased from existence, it's still the feeling of losing someone.
But yeah, I have to say though, Latios' death in this movie is really sad because you can clearly see between Latias and Latios movie. And for Latias, I believe, definitely is main legendary in the movie. Lose that part of her that she like holds so deeply. It's not only development, the people who protected the city, like Bianca and her grandfather, but also Latias, because now she's lost the one person she lost.
Yeah. It doesn't help that Ash leaves, so that it's like Latias developed this connection to Ash and Pikachu, but then it's like after your friend dies, now we gotta leave. See ya.
I'm leading with gets on to my next point. After the death, though, the Soju is like the replacement Soju is replaced back in like the Sacred Shrine where like the Sacred Garden is. Ash, Rock, and Misty leave Altamar because he needs to get back home to either A, go back to Pound Town, or B, take on the Johto League. We still don't know when this movie takes place in the context. But before he leaves, though, Bianca or Latios. Latias? I don't know. Long story short, he gets a kiss from a girl and Brock's super jealous. And movie ends. Fun fact, in the end credits, Annie and Ogi get arrested.
Yes, okay. Also, can we talk about how at the end of the movie, they're like, yeah, we'll come back soon. Never happened.
Never happened.
That's the Pokemon curse right there, man. Freaking, always... We'll see each other someday. That. You just add that to the list.
Please visit. By the time,
no. You know, whenever you go to, on in movies and TV shows, whenever you see someone go into a pub or a bar or something, and they always say put it on my tab, and it's that's Ash has the longest tab in anime history probably, of just continuously saying we'll meet again someday. It's I'm sorry,
and then
what?
we'll have a battle.
Oh god.
But yeah,
that's usually Pokemon's language.
At least he kept his promise to Karina.
Yeah,
he kept his promise to Karina.
But just they're yeah, we'll meet again someday. It's never gonna happen. The Pokemon Company probably forgets this movie even exists. Sadly.
How dare they forget?
What I will say, if we're getting into that conversation, is when it comes to this movie, is one thing this movie definitely does is I know that's the point of every Pokemon movie where it's okay, the legendary Pokemon, they're promoting that Pokemon as well as the generation that it's from. I feel like this movie definitely did one of the best jobs of promoting these true Pokemon, because I remember that after this movie came out, Latios and Latias were some of the most popular Pokemon to go around. Everyone had it.
Yeah, and that's really good for marketing Generation 3.
Yeah, and then for me personally, I remember, I think it was because of this movie, and also, weirdly enough, because of Ores, that for me personally, I don't know about you guys, I never used legendary Pokemon in my team, ever. Ores And I watched this movie around the same time that Oris came out, not for the first time, obviously, but I watched it again around the same time that Oris came out. And then in Oris, they had that one storyline where Steven takes you to this island to meet Latios or Latias. And I remember actually adding them to my team, and I'm like, you know what? I usually don't do this, but this time around, you're coming with us. And I'm like, yeah, it actually helped me in a couple of gym battles, and like it actually grew because it was a low level. So I'm like, you know what, I can make this work. And I was like, that made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's just for me. I usually don't use legendary Pokemon on my team. This was the one exception.
Yeah, the few exceptions I do is Zekrom or Reshiram in Black and White. I think because I think the whole game's leading up to you catching that Pokemon, so I use that.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I
then,
guess like if it's important to the story.
Very recently, I also put Urshifu on my team because I think that's like a Pokemon you're supposed to have on your team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Those are Pokemon that are important to the story. I guess that's the best way that I can put it. Where if the Pokemon is important to the story and makes it very clear that you need this Pokemon in order to do a certain thing, automatically that leads you to having a connection to that Pokemon.
Yeah, I think the biggest example of that is like Nebby from Sun and Moon. Definitely.
Oh man, Nebby, yeah.
Because like you're literally with this cute thing of fog for the entire.
Yeah.
And then he ends up being either super powerful lion or super powerful bat.
Yeah. But going back to Pokemon Heroes though, like I obviously out of the two, I feel like a lot of people are gonna say that, at least in my point of view, the favorite is probably Latias because it's the one that had more character, more personality. Meanwhile, like Latios was kind of like, I'm like the cute dragon Sasuke of the group or something. I need to protect my younger sibling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was never really a big fan of Latios.
Latias definitely carried the movie in some aspects.
Nothing against Latios. Like, he's still a cool Pokemon. I like the dynamic the two have. It's like a big brother protects the little sister thing. You know, kind of like Latios and Lily, but, you know, good.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Actually good.
Yeah, that's really cool, too.
I mean, like, yeah, like, if we're talking about in the game, I'll probably go with Latios. But in the movie, yeah, Latias all the way. Like, it's just that.
Honestly, I'd take either of the games.
Latios.
I take both. I don't mind which one or the other, but if we're going with like logic,
yeah, they're
I would go with
really
Latios
cool.
Just because, like, you know, it has more personality going with it. Like I said, nothing against you, Latios, but I don't know. You being Ash in the league kind of hurt you.
Okay, so the one thing that I will say about this movie, I'm looking at the box office for this movie right now, and even though it might have been a nice movie that people enjoyed, it not only didn't receive some negative reviews, sadly, but then it's a Pokemon movie, most people tend to not think much about it, but this film actually, in Japan, opened up alongside Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clones.
Oh
no.
my
God.
But then in America, it opened up against, well, this is weird. It opened up against X-Men 2 and The Matrix Reloaded, and also Bruce Almighty and Finding Nemo. So
Finding Nemo, you're done.
You're done.
This movie, when it comes to the box office, sadly, this movie flopped. And you're
going up against Finding Nemo. You're never gonna get anything.
You're never gonna win.
Movie. You're never gonna get. Latios and Latios can't stand ground against clownfishes. They just can't.
But yeah, it also fell to 9. Okay, so in Japan, not only did it fall behind Star Wars Attack of the Clones, but also in a very weird twist, it also fell behind Stuart Little Chew.
What the?
I guess one rodent. I guess one rodent couldn't handle the other rodent, so
again, a rodent and clownfish are able to take down 2 legendary. In money wise.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, those are a little bit of a couple of fun facts. Also, to go with what Goggle Master originally said, in the Japanese version, yes, it is made very clear Annie and Oakley are not affiliated with Team Rocket. Also, the Soul Dew, which was the item that they used not only in the game but also in the movie to control Latios or whatever it was that they did to it. It was the original Soul Dew was rumored to possibly. It wasn't confirmed, but it was rumored to have Latios' soul inside.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. I think it was at the end of the movie, Latios became the orb. I think it was like the line.
Okay, so in the Japanese version, it's rumored that there was a Latios soul.
Yeah,
but in the
because obviously Latios is still around. It's just...
Okay, so and then in the dub though, they said like, oh, it's the father.
Yeah, I think what they said was the other, and then the new one at the end of the movie is Latios.
All right, I just want to make clarification.
I'm confused. I don't know. It's weird because 4Kids changed around.
4Kids always like to change those stuff a lot.
It is a little weird when looking at the story of this, and then now realizing that this movie came out the same time as X-Men 2. I'm not even talking about box office, but now talking a bit more about story, just because they're like, obviously Latios was dead, but there is one sequence at the end of the film which was a little weird.
The Latios and the two Latios.
where basically it seems to have, even though these two movies came out seemingly around the same time, X-Men 2 has another sequence. For the record, if anyone here hasn't seen X-Men 2, spoiler warning.
Spoiler warning for a movie that came out back in 2005.
But there is a sequence where one of the characters from X-Men 2 dies, and the end of the film showcases them showcases like a blurry image of them as a hint that they still might be alive under the water as a phoenix or whatever. So then it's like there's that, and then you see Pokemon Heroes and realize there's a very similar sequence there. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if the story writers kind of had an idea.
How does Tobias get Latios?
I wanna throw my theory out. I wanna throw my theory out right now. Why there's like a Latios and two Latiases, or like which one was it again? Which one?
Well,
it was Latios and two Latios.
Well, the thing is, keep in mind, and I don't know what you guys, what your guys' opinion of this is, but I always grew up with the idea that depending on the legendary, there's probably more than one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Depending on a certain legendary.
That's something I was going to say. Yeah. My theory was like, oh, these are different Latios and Latias, and they're not the same ones that we saw. Obviously not. Like, it's more like they're migrating to
exactly.
All right. Well.
Because in the Japanese version, there's a story that like there was a bunch of Latios and Latias that appear, I think.
But yeah, no, like I always was under the impression that there's more than one legendary, just because like you see that there's more than one Darkrai, one and more Latios or Latias, more than one freaking Entei, Raikou, Suicune. Like the only Pokemon that I feel probably doesn't have more than one of are like certain like giant world changing Pokemon like Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina, stuff like that.
I would also like to say like the Guardian deities.
Say that again? What?
The Alola Guardians.
I don't know. No, because remember, there was on one episode where there was a shiny...
No, like, I'm saying, like, in one universe.
You know what? You have a point. I don't know. It's a confusing thing. Like,
I just
I'm
like to
not
tell
sure.
myself, there's only just, like, one Tapu Koko, like, one of the Tapus each per universe. Obviously, we saw the shiny one, but I'm saying, like, basically, like, each universe has their own pair, basically.
I guess so. I guess it. Oh well, another Pokemon that there's obviously more than one of. Obviously, there's more than one Rayquaza because we had the Rayquaza in the Deoxys movie, but then we had the shiny Mega Rayquaza over in the Diancie movie. So then there's like that.
Yeah. But
See, this is where things get confusing.
Yeah, they gotta come up with their minds. But anyways, back to Heroes. So
Yeah.
how do we feel about the soundtrack though? Like I personally, I think this is one of the more funner soundtracks Pokemon's game on us at this point in time.
It was fun, yeah. I don't know if I would consider it like memorable, but it was a fun one. I remember jamming out to it in the beginning of the film, especially during the racing segment. I love the use of the theme song within the race. I just thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was really cool.
I remember as a kid when like I saw this in school when I saw this movie. And like I asked some classmates, I was like, "Yo, have you guys seen Heroes?" And they said, "Yeah, we saw Heroes." And we talked about how fun that race was. So we always pretend at recess. We always have pretend races where like we have a Pokemon with us, and we're doing the same thing, but instead of like on the water, we're running with the Pokemon type deal. It was like we have our hands out, like kind of like the handles basically. And like that was just a fun time for me and some of the kids back then.
Yeah. No, I feel you.
So yeah, like
I think oh, so here's a little fun fact that's interesting. So later on, Pokemon Heroes was actually featured in a double Blu-ray pack with Pokemon Destiny Deoxys. So that's interesting for anyone who was unaware.
I didn't actually.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Also, another fun fact is though it's not 100% confirmed, a lot of fans agree that this was the Pokemon movie that would feature the Pikachu, not the Pichu Bros, because Pichu did appear in other movies after, but it was never straight up said, "Oh, these are the Pichu Bros."
Hey, what's up? Saying what's that? What were you saying about the Pichu Bros?
That though it's not 100% confirmed, a lot of fans speculate that this was the final Pokemon movie that would have a Pikachu short connecting to the Pichu Bros. Because every other Pikachu short that happened later on that had a Pichu or more than one Pichu in it, they would never straight out say, "Oh, it's the Pichu brothers." Meanwhile, this one, they would say, "Oh, look, it's the Pichu brothers."
Hey, but I remember, the Pichu Bros did turn.
Did they though?
You could tell, you could tell because one of the Pichus had like the tougher hair, like Sparky, and the other one didn't.
That was an Arceus.
About Arceus?
That was an Arceus.
What about what? Hello?
Hello?
The connection's a little weird.
Probably.
What people can remember was it, but if they did show up again, then they did show up.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna look this.
They appear. Their most recent appearance are the Mellow short, the Moonlight Serenade, where they were watching the concert, Mellow concert.
Huh.
I think they just limited the cameos now. Like they don't have full shorts to them. They do still appear, but I remember.
Because that's the thing. I was always curious about that.
Like, they appeared in the Giratina and Darkrai movies. But yeah, they resorted to cameos now.
Boo.
Yeah. Okay. Right now, I'm over in fandom.com, and I'm also checking Bulbapedia. According to Fandom, okay, there's second appearances, cameos, and other Pokemon media. Okay. Okay. During the credits of the Darkrai movie, they showed up, but that's the credit. Then in an opening sequence for Giratina and the Sky Warrior, there was the Pichu posse. And there was a cameo of them, yes, in the Meloetta concert. And then Pikachu's winter vacation. there was like there was also a cameo in that. Aside from that, they haven't really showed up in any big way though.
I remember I used to think when I was young, I used to think this was actually some Rishi's Pichu's as Pichu's for some reason.
I remember always wondering when are the Pichu Bros gonna show up in the show? Like, because I always figured, oh, one day Ash is gonna meet these two, but I don't think they ever did.
Oh, fun fact,
So
you never
that's-
did actually. Didn't Ash and Pichu never met. Even the narrator in the short, Pikachu and Pichu state this. Though they're never gonna meet, one thing they'll have in common when they met Pikachu, which I think is kind of sad but funny. Because the narrator pretty much says like, oh, they're
That's
never gonna
interesting.
meet, but then one thing they will have in common is they will not forget their first time when they met Pikachu.
Okay, I'm on Wikipedia, and yeah, Trey, you're right. The last time they canonically appeared was in Meloetta's Moonlight Serenade. So yeah, so it's interesting, like
Need
because
the alternate universe version of the Pichu Bros.
I want to point something out. I want to point something out right now.
yeah. Go
My
ahead.
laptop battery literally has like 17% left. Oh my goodness, this thing was on 100 when we started. Now it's at 17.
Alright.
We gotta cut them short.
Okay, so you guys finish your thing. You guys finish the thing. I'll be quiet for a second, and then whenever you need me to speak, I'll speak.
Well, no, okay, like, how do we feel about Brock and Missy here since this was their last time? Like, this was their last time together with Ash.
Oh, you're right.
I personally like Brock and Missy. Yeah, I like how they sent their Pokemon. They still were involved, even though they got cut kind of short.
Yeah, like, I like that. I always like to view every of these movies like the let's go off on a high note, and I feel like Brock and Missy did a good job saying like, yo, this may be our last time together, like the original trio, because Brock does come back later on, but as for like the original trio, I think it was alright. Like, I have no complaints.
So it kind of shows Ash's growth, where he used to rely on these two, and now look at this. He's doing this on his own.
For me, I feel like I might be the odd one out here, just because as a movie itself, it's fine. But now that I realize, yeah, you're right. This is the last movie with the three of them together. Like, I feel like it should have. Again, no one watching this movie when it first came out thought, "Oh, Ash, Brock, and Misty this is their final thing." Obviously, like because it wasn't known. It wasn't publicly known, so there's no way anyone could have known. But back at it now and realizing it, I feel like it would have been nice for there to be some kind of hint or some kind of feeling of this being their last adventure together, make Brock and Misty a bit more important.
And this song really feels like it. It makes it feel like it.
Yeah. But
You're
aside from that,
the,
it was.
Are you talking about the Yumi and Pokemon remix version?
You and me and Pokemon.
Yeah, like they played that, but like it's like the musical version, like the one they use in Pokemon Live.
Yeah, it was like a one world, na, na, na.
Yeah, I like that song. I like that. I like that in any version, but like
it was cute.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Media Nut was like, it would have been nice if they gave like a little hint. Was like, say like the scene that they get separated, like because of like Oakley's like causing altercations to come up. I would not mind if like Ash is like, all right, I'll keep going on, guys. Like I'll do my best to stop it. And Brock and Mincy say like something like Ash has really changed since we met him, hasn't he? Well, like something like it's like give a little something like they're going to say goodbye soon.
Yeah, something like that. That would have been cool. That would have been nice.
Yeah, I want
in the end, like overall, like my overall thoughts on the movie, aside from the whole thing with Misty and Brock, just it was a nice movie. It was a nice movie. It was a nice little short story Ash movie. Like you know what it is? Okay, this is the type of movie that I could imagine AU Ash experiencing.
Yeah,
that's
actually,
the way
I can
that
see
I
this.
feel towards this movie. This is the type of movie that I could totally see that, but obviously that's not the case. This is our Ash, and like it was a nice movie for what it is. I enjoyed Latios and Latias. I enjoyed the world that it introduces to. I enjoyed the the themes and the plot that we adventured through with this. So in the end, it was a very cute movie. Maybe not one of the best, but it is nice.
I can agree with that.
All right.
So, another thing, how do we realistically though? How do we feel about the villains? Like, how do we feel about these villains?
They were pretty nice villains. Like, weren't too easy world domination. I mean, Oakley kinda. But, like, I like
they were pretty and they were somewhat intimidating.
They were the best villains ever, mostly because of my crush. I will admit this. I had a crush on them.
Oh, you know what? It's because of these villains that I realized, Ariados is intimidating. I'll say that.
That's right, Ariados. But realistically, though, I did like.
Yeah, I would have said Umbreon, but we already had Gary for that.
She had Espeon.
Oh, right. I don't know why I have a vague memory of Umbreon. Espeon is evil. Oh, God.
But realizing though, I don't mind them, like, for real. Like, isn't like a breath of fresh air in a sense, was like, nowadays, most of the movie villains just get the, to be fair, I would say, like, movie 3 is movie 4 is, like, actually, the movie 2, oh my god, what am I saying? Movie 2 is a sort of, like, we gotta get the legendary for evil purposes type trope. But I feel like this one's more settled down, only because they're not trying to really destroy the world. I think... What were Annie and Opie's motives? I know Annie, her whole thing is that she just wanted to get the jewel for...
It was the typical bad guy story of we want something, and in this case, they wanted power or money or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Meanwhile, in Pokemon 3, if we really want to connect it to that, it's like in that movie there was no real villain. It was just it was just everyone fighting for their belief, which again is one of the reasons why I thought, in my opinion, is the best one, because it was so personal to every character, and there was a stake for every character, and it was like, yeah, that was nice. It was well done. This movie, again, it was fine for what it was. The stakes were high in the end of the film, because, again, the city was about to be destroyed, sure, but at the same time, it's like, the villains were okay. Not the most dangerous, but you know what? They're better than the movie 2 villain, and I feel like every villain is better than the movie 2 villain.
I'll give credit. They have the most personality. Like, I like Annie and Oki's, like...
No. The movie 2 villain had personality, and they were likable. In fact, he was a collector. But
I want to point out, they never said his name at all in the movie.
Yeah. And that's really it. But yeah, it was fine. That's all I said. It's fine.
Childhood crush biases. That's what I gotta say. But saying that though, like overall though, I did enjoy. I like the dynamic. Trey even mentioned this to me, like after like he watched the movie where it was like they'll trap inside the machine, and Annie makes a joke, makes the line was like, I don't do good so good in tight spaces, and Oakley's response is like, you don't do good job keeping your mouth shut or something like that. I don't know. I think that's just because 4 kids. That's just 4 kids in a nut hole.
Yeah.
I want to point out though, Lawrence the Third makes a cameo when they're in jail. Like they're reading a book about Lawrence the Third's machine.
Yeah, that was.
But
that I thought was funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I like that. Like, I guess the next thing we could talk about is Latios' death.
Well, first.
Go ahead.
Well, first check your battery to see if we can still keep talking.
Oh shoot, 30 minutes. Okay, so
right now
we got 30 minutes left, and this is the perfect time for me to ask this question, and this is something that the PokePods group did when they did their movie reviews, where obviously we're going to rank the movie obviously enough from 1 to 10. So let's do that right now. Media Nut, what do you rate this movie?
I'd rate it probably rate it the same way you guys rated today's episode, which was 6 out of 10. It was a fine movie. It was fun. Like, no, 7. I'll give it 7. It was fine. It was fun. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the Pokemon that were in. It wasn't the best, and it wasn't the most enticing when it comes to compared to other Pokemon films, but it was nice. It was a fun film, and it's one of those things where this is a summer blockbuster movie at its finest. That's the way I'll see it. It's a fun movie that's not very important, but it's good. Like, that's what it is. It doesn't do anything for you when it comes to any lessons. You're not going to gain anything from watching it, but you're not going to lose anything from watching it. You watch it, it's fun, it's fine, and you'll leave, and you'll finish this movie thinking, that was nice, and that's it.
All right.
So between 6 or 7 out of 10 for me.
All right.
I say I got to give it a 9. That's why I was trying to say 6.
You're
Yeah,
biased.
I'm gonna go 9 out of 10. This is probably in my top 5 favorite Pokemon movies.
Nice.
All right. As for me, I'm gonna give this movie an 8. So I'm like in the middle ground. I agree with what Nina Nut said. Where was what you stated was like, you're not gonna lose anything while you watch this movie, but it's a fun movie, and like that's why I get this movie. Like, if it's on TV, I will watch it. Like, it's not the type of movie where I'm like, oh, if it's on TV, I must watch it. It's like, oh, if it's on TV, cool, I'll watch it, because this is literally what it was when I first saw the movie. Well, to be fair, I was an insane Pokemon fan when I was a kid, to be honest. I've toned down since then. But I would say I'll watch this movie for a lot of reasons. Number one, the soundtrack, the animation, and in Oakley, and Latios' death. Like, basically the whole movie's alright. Like, it's not the best, nor is the worst. So with that said, though, I can go ahead and ask this question. Yeah. And to those of you guys who've seen KG or the Insane Game Field, Schizoman, whatever he wants to be called, because that man has 3 channels. Oh my goodness. What they did is that they ranked. Whoa! Oh shoot! We about to finish. Ooh. Okay, then we have time. So from movie 1 through 5, rank from least to favorite.
What?
Alright, so like the 5 movies we saw, the 5 movies we reviewed so far, like this is the ending of the OG series, basically. Okay. So like from
of the original series. Okay, who goes first?
Trey, go first.
What do you say?
You go first. My laptop's running out of battery, Trey.
Least favorite is Forever, obviously. That probably put movie 3. I like movie 3.
How dare you?
It's just comparing to the other movie.
How dare you?
In movie 2.
How dare you?
1, The Heroes.
Media Nut?
Alright, so is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Movie 4 is the only one I don't like out of those movies.
Yeah. Okay, so out of the original 5, I'd probably go Forever being number 5, like it'd be my lowest. Then it would probably be Pokemon 2000, then Pokemon Heroes, then Pokemon the first movie, then Pokemon 3.
Alright. For me, here Forever's dead last. We can all agree on that.
Yeah, I think we can all agree.
We can all agree on that. Forever sucks. So,
Nah, it doesn't. In my opinion, it doesn't suck. But when compared to the others, it's not the best.
My issue is that movie just boring as heck. But
I can see it sucks.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, oh shoot. Okay, so movie 4 is dead last. The second one will be movie 5. Movie 5, even though I love that movie. Then the first movie, movie 3, and then 2000. 2000 is my favorite out of the 3. So with that said, my battery's about to die. So Trevor 1, Nina, thank you for joining me.
Yeah, of course.
Peace out.
So yeah, with that saying, we will see you next